Good afternoon and welcome to the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. My name is Charlie Limoncelli alongside Harry Setrakian for this Sunday afternoon edition of baseball. Welcome in to today's rad pregame show brought to you by Up the Creek Records. Up the Creek is a great record shop right next to the Ace Hardware in downtown Walnut Creek. They buy and sell new and used vinyl records, CDs, and cassettes, as well as skateboard gear and a variety of other fun gifts like yo-yos and hacky sacks. They also have an all-ages live music venue that hosts local bands every weekend, so check out who is playing at upthecreekrecords.com or their Instagram at upthecreekrecords. Let's check out what's been happening up the creek. Harry, today is 80s Day, so all of you folks will notice the branded graphics looking a little bit like Miami Vice a little bit today with the hot pink and the bright blue. But yesterday was a hot game. Not that hot. Nice 76 degrees, but it was hot defensively. I suppose not so much. I'm kind of playing into the pun that's really not working here, Harry. But Walnut Creek won 10-4 last night over the Sonoma Stompers in Arnold Field at the home stadium of the Stompers. That was a game, Harry, in which there were 10 defensive errors, 5 for both teams. It was very sloppy.
It was incredibly sloppy, and we didn't have video for it, and maybe to the benefit of potential viewers, they didn't have to see it, but I heard a lot about it on our radio-only call. But, man, I mean, we saw it, and it was just crazy. I mean, the infield was playing difficult for both sides, taking weird kicks left and right. But as well as that, it just felt like both teams were kind of, if you want to keep the hot reference, they were kind of looked like they were running on coals, right? And the footwork was just not quite there, not allowing them to suck in ground balls as they so normally do, at least for the Crawdads defense. A defense that doesn't make a whole lot of errors. Made 5 yesterday. Again, 28 now on the season. That's still kind of around the middle of the pack, top half in terms of the CCL. While the Stompers, they make a whole lot. They had the second most yesterday, and, well, it kind of showed. So the thing that the Crawdads have been able to do so well is take advantage when other teams make errors and make mistakes and allow free 90s. And, well, there was no different yesterday. They really did a great job. Bottom of the order, getting on base, manufacturing runs, kind of just being pesky on the base paths. And that was what allowed them to score all those runs. 8 out of the 10 runs were scored by the 6, 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Only 2 were scored by anyone above that, and it was the top 2 hitters in the 9th inning after the 8 and 9 hitters, Shane Aldridge and Lucas Carlisle, got on to begin the inning. So it was a lot about the bottom setting it up for the top, and again, what the Crawdads have done all year, taking advantage of mistakes, and upcoming this game, the Seagulls make more errors than anyone. So I look to see that happen again.
But how about Lucas Carlisle? Kind of a breakout game doing exactly that. Batted 9th yesterday, played second base, and got on every single time he was at bat. 2 singles, 2 walks, 3 total stolen bases. He scored every time he was on the base paths for Walnut Creek. I mean, that's just really a fantastic breakout. Started against these very Seagulls on Friday evening, really, in San Bruno, and was hitless. Couple of strikeouts, 0 for 3. Did walk, but really broke out. Now he's back in the starting lineup today for Walnut Creek. But we'll get to all of that and more much later. Let's have a quick break here, have a look at the highlights from yesterday, including a spectacular pitching outing for the Crawdad bullpen.
Both knees up. 1-2 from James. Taken for strike 3, right at the belt. And Jones caught with his shoes glued to the dirt. He pulls one hard on the ground, past the sliding Carlisle and into right field. In comes the first run from third, and Garcia rounding third. The throw home is well in time, and they'll have him by several steps. So Clisby applies the tag. Pulasik's ahead in the count. Smolik fires a fastball. It's lined back up the middle for a base hit. Carlisle around third as Taylor collects, fires a strike home, but it is up the line. Now the throw to second with Pulasik advancing is not in time, and he'll get in. All 2 strikes ahead of Taylor, looking to get out of the jam. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, taken for strike 3. And after all the chaos and craziness, Sonoma lands a goose egg in the scoring column. He's ahead 1-0. Roland brings it. He hits it high to right. Now falling on a line. It gets down in front of the right fielder, Sebastiani, for a base hit. Rounding first, headed for second, Taylor, as the throw comes in late. It's a base hit. Pulaski at the plate, 2-2. He'll hit one high to center. Dropping now, pass behind second, it's down into right center field. Both runs, no, the first one will score.
Payoff from Ramos. Pulasic rips one on the ground over to Scheffler at first. Off his glove, deflects away. Now Carlisle turning from third. He'll head in to score. Payoff pitch, chopped up the middle, base hit for Clisby. Pulasic scores. Parker Jr. rounds third. He'll score. 2 RBI base hit for Brandon Clisby. 1-0. Hit high in the air to center field. Shallow infield, rather. Now Carlisle tracks over it. Originally overran it, moved back to his left, put it into the glove, and there you have it, folks. The Crawdads win 10-4, and they pick up their 10th straight victory. Well, Harry, I kind of alluded to it right as we started playing our highlights, but the Crawdad bullpen yesterday was just electric. Devin James, a 3 2/3 inning start, 4 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. In total, the Crawdad pitching staff, 10 strikeouts to 6 walks, just 4 runs allowed on the day in total. James got it done, then Paul Wheeler came in, the left-hander went 2 1/3 with no hits, no walks, no runs, 4 strikeouts, and then Mounts, Johnson, Coburn followed and did just enough to get it done for Walnut Creek.
Yeah, they really don't get that win probably without the contribution of Paul Wheeler right out of the bullpen, going 2 1/3, longest outing so far. Kind of haven't seen him stretched out like that yet this summer, but man, I mean, he really put a plug in things. It was a game that was still highly contended. It was 1-1 when he came on, so he did a great job of just holding the lead where it was, and the offense followed suit. And then beyond Paul Wheeler, the rest of the bullpen followed suit.
Now let's have a look a little bit at today, Harry. Some of the most important parts for the game in terms of what Walnut Creek needs to do to win.
Yeah, and I think it's, again, just taking those extra bases that they're given and taking advantage of that, scoring runs off of errors. The Seagulls infield defense, it's going to make errors, so just taking advantage of that. And again, with the bottom of the lineup, the way it played yesterday, this is a very, very scary lineup, 1 through 9. So just continuing to use the speed of the Crawdads and continuing to advance to extra bases, take them when they're given, and scoring off of those chances, it gives the Crawdads a really, really good shot to win their 11th straight.
We're going to take a quick break here on the Crawdad pregame show. We'll come back in a little bit right after this. Back on the Up the Creek pregame show, let's get right into it, Harry. Today's keys to the game for Walnut Creek in terms of things that Walnut Creek's got to get done. First things first, don't get lax. This is a Seagulls team that they've beat quite a lot already. They're 6-0 on the season against San Francisco, but can't allow that to, make you play lazy, so to speak.
Yeah, and can't get lax in the fact that you've won 10 straight. Right now you're playing the bottom of the barrel in the CCL North, but just have to, stay in your game, right? Within your game, do things the way you've been doing them. Can't take the foot off the brake off the gas here now that it is the final game of the week as well. So all those things considered, kind of give some kind of trap game tendencies, but the Crawdads just, again, play their game, keep their heads in it, I think they come away with the 7th straight win this season against the Seagulls.
Certainly some trap game vibes to this one. The second key to the game, clean up the errors from yesterday. Obviously 5 defensive errors for both the Walnut Creek Crawdads and the Sonoma Stompers last night. But the Crawdads generally play a lot better defensively at Monte Vista. They know the field better. The hops aren't as unpredictable, but nonetheless have to be sound defensively today.
That's right. Yesterday was just a little bit uncharacteristic. Again, the Crawdads do make their share of errors, but again, still kind of top half in the CCL in terms of making errors. So I looked for them to clean it up today. Infield has been very, very solid, very consistent who they've got in there. It's just a matter of where they'll be. TJ Woodson's been outstanding. He's at short today. Elijah Ramos at second. Lucas Carlisle, first time we've seen him at third. So it's interesting to see how the new matchups kind of work together, but I think today they've got a pretty good one.
Third key to the game, avoid a save situation. Each of the past 2 days, Walnut Creek has been in a potential save opportunity. Alessandro Martinez came into the bottom of the 9th against these very Seagulls on Friday. The Crawdads only led by 3, and he ended up getting the save with a 1-2-3 inning. Then yesterday, Jacob Coburn entered the game when the Crawdads were originally leading by 2 after the man before him, Sam Johnson, kind of worked into some trouble. Coburn got out of the 8th inning, and then when the Crawdads added 4 more on the top of the 9th, came into the bottom of the 9th also with the save because he was trying to go for an inning and 2/3 closeout.
Yeah, the 5-out save, just if it's a save situation when you come in, then it holds up to the 9th, and that was probably one of the easier saves he'll ever get, considering he had, again, a 6-run lead in that 9th inning. But yeah, just trying to avoid that. Again, getting ahead and keeping a consistent large lead is what the Crawdads offense has been accustomed to most of the season. I mean, they've only had 3 saves, 2 of them in back-to-back games, one of them against the Seagulls, again, a couple days ago. So just trying to play, again, against this pitching staff that Seagulls pitching staff that the Crawdads have beat up on. Just try and do that again, right? Get out ahead, stay out ahead, and just score a lot of runs. Keep the pressure off the bullpen a little bit. Why not?
And part of that is launching the ball, Harry. This is a Crawdad team that only has 1 home run in his last 2 games. That last one came Friday against these Seagulls in San Bruno. Bryden Bull clobbered a ball into the short right field porch at Tom Lara Field in San Bruno City Park. But Walnut Creek leads the CCL in home runs with 15 right now. That's how they're going to win games. That's how the offense is going to get going, is by launching the ball out of the ballpark. Today, at least as we speak, the wind blowing straight in from center field. Probably not an ideal day to be hitting the ball over the fence, but it's got a little bit of blow in and out towards left and to left center a bit. So
it's kind of an optical illusion. Yeah, with the flag either coming towards you or going straight out. I can't really tell.
Nonetheless, right-handers might have a chance to launch one out today. Lefties, maybe not so much. But bottom line is, Crawdads got to hit some more homers.
Yeah, just get under it. You're right. You know, drive the ball up in the air. Seen them, especially guys like Bryden Bull. They've been hitting the ball into the ground a little bit, and when they start to elevate, right, you see the power come through, and it's a warm day. So, hey, good one for some shots.
And our final key to the game today, keep the historic win streak alive. Walnut Creek, a 10-game win streak, the best in franchise history, a chance to extend it to 11, something that they have obviously never done before, and something that, in terms of the CCL, doesn't happen very often. Walnut Creek, chance to keep the ball rolling. They've just been unbelievably hot.
Yeah, simple as that, right? Keep winning.
So that'll be it for our keys to the game, and that'll be it for our Up the Creek pregame show here on the Crawdad Streaming Network. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have first pitch right after this. Welcome into the Crawdads Streaming Network. Top of the first in just a few moments. First pitch moments away today in Monte Vista High School at Danville. First pitch time and temperature brought to you by Meadowlark Dairy, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Today, it's a nice 79 degrees, sunny out, but not a cloud in sight. Kind of a sight we are familiar with, Harry. And boy, do we have a great one on tap. The Crawdads and the Seagulls. Walnut Creek 14-4. The Seagulls 4-16. Two teams trending in the opposite directions. Crawdads a 10-game winning streak. The Seagulls a 4-game losing streak. Both obviously looking for the dub today. Let's have a look at today's starting pitchers, brought to you by Danville Chocolates, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Hudson Aber, the right-hander from the UC Santa Barbara, gets the call in his traditional Sunday spot, Harry. And through his first 2 appearances with Walnut Creek, my goodness, he has been absolutely electric. 6 innings between the 2 appearances, 1-0 in both starts. Just 1 hit allowed, 6 strikeouts, no walks.
Gosh, it's all week. I feel like I'm looking forward to the next time this guy's on the mound. He's just been absolutely filthy out there. He commands early counts with his fastball, especially low in the zone, likes to steal some strikes early. Then maybe second time through or even halfway through the lineup, he'll start throwing the slider to the first pitch, right? Four-seam fastball, slider, changeup. That's kind of the mix you'll see from him, the right-hander from UCSB. They've got a great pitching staff, and he's going to be part of it in the future.
Let's have a look at the defense behind Hudson Aber today. Our 80s-themed graphics, obviously some different colors here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. But anyways, Drew Longacre behind the dish, Barrett Ronson at first, Elijah Ramos at second, TJ Woodson at short, Lucas Carlisle starting for the 3rd time as a Crawdad, playing third base, Dylan Pettis in left, Bryden Bull in center field, and Shane Aldridge in right. Armando Hurtado, the left fielder for San Francisco, to lead it off. Aber, first base side of the rubber, ready to go. Righty kicks and deals. Fastball outside, first pitch at 4:02 p.m. 1-0 to Hurtado. Catcher and left fielder enters today a 302 hitter in 19 games. 1-0 from Aber. Outside heater called a strike.
That's where, again, he'll live low and away in the zone to righties. Kind of goes low middle to the lefties. Early in counts with the fastball. He's got a lot of ride on it.
Aber sits in the 90s. 1-2. Goes with the slider this time, and it's fouled away into the third base dugout where the Seagulls reside.
And Aber's also a guy that really enjoys the analytics side of pitching, baseball in general, always talking about the induced vertical break of his pitches, his teammates' pitches. It's fun to hear him really talk about it. He brings it down to a science for you. Yeah,
very cerebral guy, bringing it to the Crawdads out of that pitching factory down there at UCSB. Hurtado, 1-2 to him, was 3 for 5 yesterday against Alameda. Slow slider outside, misses.
You were both having a good chat about one of my pals on that team, kind of a friend more so, but Kellen Montgomery was the Sunday starter for UCSB, and we were both kind of laughing about the changeup that he threw at the end of the year. It was dropping about 15 inches, and Aber was super complimentary of that pitch and kind of talking about how he's trying to replicate that in a way, and it's very cool how you think about the veteran guys on the team kind of teaching the newer guys about maybe their stuff and sharing that together.
Aber just a rising redshirt sophomore, plenty of room to grow, but the foundation very solid, obviously. 2-2 to Hurtado. Fastball outside, full count. Hurtado, 443 on base percentage, 413 slugging in 63 at-bats. Rising senior at Copen State. Trying to get it started here for the Seagulls. Payoff from Aber. Fastball yanked outside and low. Hurtado aboard, no one out, top of the first. And Lamoth, the big lefty, a chance to do something about it.
First time we've seen Hudson Aber walk a guy, too. We'll see how he responds to it instantly back into the stretch. He's been so excellent at commanding his pitches early in games, kind of first time through the order, especially the first 3 batters. I mean, we've seen many 1, 2, 3 innings from him, so interesting to see how he responds against a lefty.
Immediately, he'll throw back to first, but Hurtado dives head first, safe. Already a pair of pitchers getting warmed up for San Francisco. One of them, the starter, Joe Steidel. Also a right-hander throwing some pitches, getting ready to go.
Barrett Ronson's getting a new glove.
Yeah,
at first. He's done that before, right? He's
a couple
taken,
times.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something with the stitching that gets affected when he has to go pick a ball out of the dirt.
I'll have to ask him about that.
Anyways, Hurtado's at first. Lamoth to the dish, the left-handed first baseman. 280 hitter in 19 games for the Seagulls this summer. First offering from Aber. Inner third fastball. Strike one. Lamoth riding a 4-game hitting streak. Has done real damage. 2 homers on the season. One of them against the Crawdads right here. 0-1. Fastball lifted in the air to the right center gap. Down for extra bases. Christian Lamoth, 5 straight games with a hit. And Hurtado's going to get the wave. Riding Bull gets it to the cutoff man. That's Ramos. Now the throw home. Offline, not in time. RBI double for Lamoth. The Seagulls strike first. 1-0.
Well, there's your answer to Hudson Aber's first walk. What happens after is a big booming double, and so the guy who hasn't, again, walked anybody until this point, we'll see now how he can bounce back from this adversity, right? I mean, haven't seen him give many free passes, and Seagulls already 2 batters in, 1 up on the Crawdads. That's a big run to score.
Seagulls have been very aggressive the last couple of games against Walnut Creek, playing hard. And now Jake Brewer, shortstop in the 3 spot, an RBI chance. First delivery from Aber, blows a fastball past the shown bunt. 0-1. And we talk about Lamoth, who just extended his hitting streak to 5. Jake Brewer's riding an 11-game hitting streak. 288 average entering this contest. 408 on-base percentage. 0-1 from Aber. Fastball lined over to second. Ramos collects. He flips over to Woodson covering the base. Not in time.
Well, Brewer's the one who's kind of been getting it done on both sides of the ball for the Seagulls, playing a good left side of the infield. He's been at short and third, but as well as that, kind of their top hitter. So big for Aber to get that first out there, though it was hard hit. They're seeing his stuff decently so far already, which we haven't really seen.
Haven't seen a lot of contact against Aber. Now the cleanup man, George Schmidt, steps in from the left side, takes a fastball low. And George Schmidt made his debut with the Seagulls just a couple games ago, Thursday, right here at Danville against these Crawdads. Went 1 for 4 in that game. 1-0 from Aber. Heater inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Schmidt playing in right field. He debuted in center last time he played against Walnut Creek. Also pitched against the Crawdads on Friday. 2-way guy, rising true freshman, heading to Berkeley this fall. Aber ready at the letters. 2-0 to Schmidt. Fastball inside yet again.
This guy is uber talented, Schmidt, at the plate. I mean, even just the fact of starting in center one day, then starting on the mound the next day, that is unbelievable stuff. And he did both very effectively. Could be on the John Olerud Award watch list this spring.
Also went 2 for 4 yesterday. 3-0 pitch. Fastball outer third, called a strike. So Schmidt, through 3 games, rather impressive for the Seagulls.
Yeah, he's been such a brilliant addition so far. Really fun to watch him play.
Much needed bat in the Seagull order. 3-1 from Aber. Fastball misses far outside. 2 walks in the top of the first for Hudson Aber. 2 aboard now, only 1 out. Davis Gurman to the dish.
And this is definitely the strength of this Seagull team, right? I mean, it's a lineup that can put things together. They're the fifth most walks in the CCL. Now at 93 on the season. Came into today with 91. They do strike out a lot, though. So if they can just limit the strikeouts and reach base, it's a team that can handle the bat well enough to drive in these runs.
Aber peers to second where Lamoth is. Brings the first pitch home to Gurman. Slider in the zone, strike number 1. Gurman, another guy at the top of the order for San Francisco who's been really effective. 273 hitter, 15 games. 365 on base percentage as well. 0-1 from Aber. Another slider. This time it's fouled away above the Crawdad dugout. Gurman down 0-2. Schmidt's at first after his walk. Loth after his double is at second. 1-0 lead for San Francisco. Have not beat the Crawdads in 2026, nor did they do so in 2025. 0-2 from Aber. Slider inner third, check swing. It's fouled off. Right-hander Aber, just a 3-pitch guy. 90 to 92 with the four-seamer, a slider that sits at about 83, and a changeup even slower, a bit more like 81. Kicks and deals the 0-2. Slider is well inside. First ball of this at-bat to Gurman.
Man, just missed getting him too. I mean, he has the front elbow protector on. You see some guys kind of stick out the elbow sometimes when they have that on. I like that Gurman didn't there though. I'm not a fan of that move.
Saw it a bit yesterday against the Stompers. 1-2. Slider down low, wave and a miss. Gurman down swinging. First strikeout of the day for Hudson Aber. Two outs, 2 on. 1-0 lead for the Seagulls. Top of the first, Tanner Wall, the second baseman. Chance to add some more to this early lead that the Seagulls have found themselves in. Wall hitting all the way down at 6th, but another guy been uber productive. 300 hitter in 16 games. 10 runs driven in on 18 hits. Aber's first pitch. Change up low. Wall, big, 6'3", 195-pound left-hander. He, along with George Schmidt, 2 rising freshmen. But Wall heading to Pepperdine this fall. 1-0 to him. Fastball hit high in the air to center field. Bull tracks forward and makes the catch to end the inning. Seagulls get one on an RBI double from Christian Lamoth, but a pair gets stranded. We'll head to the bottom of the frame. Crawdads trailing 1.
Yeah.
Bottom of the first, Walnut Creek finds themselves trailing 1-0 after the Seagulls got aboard an RBI double from Christian Lamoth. Let's have a look at today's starting pitcher for San Francisco, brought to you by Danville Chocolates. And they go to the left-hander, Joe Stidell, 6 foot, 185-pound left-hander from Henderson, Nevada, a guy making his 3rd start of the season, his 5th appearance. And Harry, he's been excellent for San Francisco. 1.98 ERA, easily the best on the Seagull roster. 13 2/3 innings pitched, 18 Ks to 9 walks, 6 hits allowed, just 3 earned runs.
Yeah, just one of a few guys on this staff to really have that 13-plus inning mark, and well, he's done it excellently. Like you said, ERA under 2, and opponents only hitting 133 against him, easily the lowest BAA on this pitching staff. So going to be hard for the Crawdads to string things together, though at the end of the lineup, they do have some righties stacked towards the bottom, so against the lefty, that might play pretty well. However, still going to be a tough at-bat for the lefties at the top of the order, and yeah, see how they get it done.
Let's have a look at that top of the order for Walnut Creek. Shane Aldridge, TJ Woodson, and Bryden Bull to lead it off in the first third. Then Riley Winchell, Dylan Pettis, and Barrett Ronson, Drew Longacre, Elijah Ramos, and Lucas Carlisle rounding it out for the Crawdads. Aldridge will get the party started for Walnut Creek. Lefty-lefty platoon disadvantage for Shane. Aldridge, his 18th game played for Walnut Creek today. 173 hitter, looking to put it together. First pitch from Stidell. Fastball whipped on the outer third, called a strike. Aldridge, 6 walks to 7 strikeouts. Also 6 RBIs. 0-1. Fastball, similar spot, low and outside. Strike 2 called. Stidel with kind of that lower 3/4 arm slot delivery. Gonna give the lefties some trouble. Now the 0-2. Aldridge takes a fastball high.
It's explosive. There's an explosive windup there. Kind of hides the ball well and comes again from the funky arm slot, but whips it to the zone. Comes at you all at once, kind of at the last second.
1-2 from the left-hander. Slider sits on the low outside corner, called strike 3. Shane Aldridge down on just 4 pitches, and it brings up TJ Woodson from the right side for Walnut Creek. And how about TJ Woodson? A couple of games ago, matter of fact, this was about 9 games ago, TJ Woodson had a bit of the foam on the helmet in his left ear that kind of ripped off, so he put some athletic tape over it to keep it there. And since then, TJ's been on a tear. 364 average, 5 ribbies, 9 doubles in 9 games. First pitch to him, fastball high and tight, gets away from the catcher Lopez. 1-0 to the Crawdad shortstop. And TJ riding a 7-game hit streak. It's also the fastest Crawdad ever to 10 doubles, Harry. So he's now hitting .314, 9 doubles in conference play. 1-0. Ripped on a line, left field side, hooks foul.
I mean, you see it there. He has such a good pull side swing. He's able to pull the ball in the air, and that's the money combination that you're looking for. Pulling the ball in the air to the gaps, down the line. Either way, Woodson's been excellent at it so far, and that's why he leads the CCL in doubles.
That he does. Tied for the league lead with Brendan Comerford of the San Luis Obispo Blues. 1-0 to the Crawdad shortstop. Slider inside, check swing. The appeal to first. Woodson held up. 2-1. Stidel trying to put away the rising redshirt freshman from Baylor. And at this point, Harry, it feels like Woodson, kind of a surefire all-star nod for Walnut Creek.
No doubt.
2-1. Seidel deals. Breaking ball that sits in the zone.
It's not super often you have a guy who will have a slider that works against the righties and lefties almost equally effectively, but it's just got so much movement. And again, the unusual arm slot. It's going to be hard for Crawdad hitters to pick that up.
2-2 from Stidel. Breaking ball, wave and a miss. Woodson was out in front and kind of got under it. Nonetheless, 2 straight strikeouts for Joe Stidel.
And there's Exhibit C in that at bat, man. I mean, one taken strike by Woodson, a foul off on a tough one, and then the slider just beats him.
And now with 2 outs, no one on in the bottom of the first, Bryden Bull walks up to the dish to Smooth Operator. That's a fantastic walk-up song if I've ever heard one here on Eddie's Day. First pitch from Stidel, breaking ball that doesn't break.
Yeah, Sade on the mic.
Nice little throwback. 1-0 to Bull. Hit sharply to first. Lamoth collects and takes it to the bag himself. It's a lot of what we've seen recently for Bryden Bull. Grounds out to first to end the inning. We'll take a break. To the top of the second we go. Seagulls lead by 1. Top of the second here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Hudson Aber in his third start of the season for Walnut Creek. Last inning, allowed 1 run to come across, an RBI double from Christian Lamoth, also 2 walks, but got out of the inning on a strikeout and then a flyout. 7, 8, 9 due up for the Seagulls. Lopez, Swanson, and Ramirez. Lopez from the right side, rising redshirt junior, committed to Utah Tech earlier this summer. Aber was nearly perfect in his first 2 starts for Walnut Creek. Allowed his first base runner and hit today. First pitch to Lopez, outer third fastball, strike 1. Lopez, a .250 hitter in 16 games this summer. 2 extra base hits, 1 of them a homer. 0-1 from Aber. Slider misses low and outside. Wind blowing to the pull side in left for right-handers, so Lopez could be a prime opportunity to take advantage here. 1-1 delivery from Aber. Off speed and outside. 2-1. Harry, this isn't the Hudson Aber that we've been accustomed to seeing now through his first 2 appearances. He throws everything for a strike up until today.
Yeah, usually he gets a lot of whiffs, so swing and miss in the zone rather than chase swing and miss outside the zone.
2-1. There it is, a whiff, wave, and a miss.
That one, yeah, at the top of the zone. That's more what we're used to seeing. He really rides the top and bottom rails. He does an excellent job of working north to south and then can sprinkle in the slider east and west, but also kind of uses that as a vertically breaking pitch as well. So just missing a bit outside so far.
2-2 from Aber. Fastball fouled back, but still 2 balls and 2 strikes.
In the fastball there, sorry to interrupt you there, still looking very lively and at the top of the zone. That's where it's gonna be his bread and butter today.
Absolutely. He just pounds the zone with the fastball traditionally. In this at-bat, starting to go back to that well. Aber winds and fires. Slow slider, hit through the left side of the infield. Base hit for Ethan Lopez. Second of the game for San Francisco.
Bit of a backup. Got a cement mixer there, just hung up on that middle end part of the plate. Not where you want to leave it ever, but with 2 strikes, you kind of let the batter off the hook a bit. So again, leadoff base runner. See how Aber deals with it. Got the bottom 2 hitters now to try and spin a double play, get 2 outs with 1 pitch, or perhaps just attack, try and work for a strikeout.
Swanson comes up, the designated hitter, hitting from the right side again. Lopez, a 10-foot lead at first. First pitch to Swanson, takes a fastball outside after squaring bunt. 1-0. One on, no one out in the top of the second. 1-0 lead for San Francisco. Have not beaten the Crawdads in this calendar year. There's a throwback to first. The tag. No, the ball gets away from Barrett Ronson. Now Lopez will go to second as that ball's into the Crawdad dugout to right field.
I think, yeah, instead of going out of play, he could have been on third easily with all the foul territory over there. Maybe he took a little, tweaked something on the way up to second. Maybe why he wasn't moving so well. Yeah, they're going to have a chat out here. No. Ethan Lopez is all right. Mark Caviglia, the head coach, just going to chat with the umpire, see what is in play, what's out of play. They discussed this at the plate before the game in theory, right, with the both head coaches discuss what's in play, what's out of play. That one, though, behind the dugout extended, I think that is technically at play in the foul ground out by the bullpen.
Nonetheless, Caviglia now going to head back to the Seagull dugout, but very animated in his chat with the umpires.
Yeah, it'd be the difference of, whether he gets 1 or 2 bases. Because if that's in play, Lopez could have gone and probably run forever.
And now he's going back out. He looked like he was retreating and still not satisfied with the explanation. He's going to get his 2 cents in.
I think the reason why Lopez kind of pulled up halfway to second was because the umpires probably yelled out, yeah, ball's out of play, 1 base. You go to second. It's all about the ground rules here.
Very expansive foul territory here at Monte Vista High School baseball field. Lots of room in both the outfield and behind the backstop.
No, as Urkel was talking to me about it a little bit last week, or rather a couple days ago at the game in San Bruno, just about how much space there is to the backstop here. And he's like, dang, man, it's a high school. I mean, that's a lot for these kids. And he's right. There is a lot of room.
Umpire's officially going to signal towards the second base bag, meaning Lopez will stay put there as the ball went out of play. I think they're going to give it to him. Anyways, 1-0 count to Swanson, .217 hitter in 10 games for the Seagulls this summer. RBI chance, but Swanson has not driven in any this year.
Ooh.
First pitch, he tanks it into deep left field. Perez tracking back to the warning track. That's where the ball bounces. Lopez waving in. He'll head in from third to score. Now the second batter in both of the first 2 innings for the Seagulls. An RBI double. 2-0 lead for San Francisco.
Well, what Hudson Neighbor's been so adept at this season so far is just getting out number one, first batter, first out. Hasn't done it either of these 2 innings now. A double has followed the leadoff man in both innings.
Crawdads 6-0 against the Seagulls this year, a plus 45 run differential, but the way this game is going, the Seagulls might have a chance to break that tendency and get a win. First pitch to Ramirez. Off speed, doesn't break. 1-0.
Yeah, classic Journey song, Don't Stop Believin'. Guys from the Bay Area. I believe Hanford, California.
1-0 to Ramirez. Fastball lined up the middle. Base hit. Bull collects in center field. Rockets a throw in towards home. That'll hold the runner Swanson at third. 3 straight hits that the Seagulls have had. Top of the second. Still no outs. And Drew Longacre is going to have a chat with Aber at the hill.
Yeah, they're really just putting the at-bats together against Aber right now. Again, this is the part of the Seagulls team that really is kind of the one that thrives is the offense. The lineup is strong. And for these Seagulls today, the 1 through 9, kind of the probably strongest combination of them we've seen all the way up and down.
Absolutely. Certainly one of the best lineups they put together this year against the Crawdads. And that lineup turns over. Armando Hurtado up top, walked in the first to lead off the game. Aber kicks and fires. Slider that doesn't bite. Ends up inside, 1-0 to Hurtado. Swanson at third. Ramirez at first. And Ramirez, lots of speed. Potentially could see him steal here. 1-0 home from Aber. Fastball, wave and miss. Second whiff this inning that Aber has been able to force. Usually we're accustomed to seeing, oh, who knows, Harry, 5, 6 in any given inning for Aber. Stuff has been super effective his first 2 starts as he picks back to first. Ramirez safe at the bag.
Yeah, the slider just doesn't quite have the same bite, it seems like today, kind of laying up there, backing up on him a bit. Again, I mentioned the cement mixer where it kind of just spins but doesn't really move, and that's sort of what it's done today. And Seagull hitters taking advantage.
Another throw to first. Ronson collects but won't lay down the tag.
And with that, too, sometimes if you're not able to land the off-speed for a strike, you know, as a hitter, it gives you so much confidence because you could just lay off of it. And then when you see a fastball, attack that. And that's exactly what Brendan Swanson did, the DH, when he hit that double off the wall.
Gotta wonder if Hurtado's going to sit and look for a breaking ball here. 1-1. Fastball, wave and a miss. Foul tip into Longacre's glove, the home plate umpire technically says. But also of note, Austin Bolello, the left-hander, warming up for the Crawdads in their bullpen. 1-2 count to Hurtado. Aber collects. Now he kicks and deals. Fastball popped up behind home plate. Longacre didn't see it off the bat. Now over from third, Carlisle to make the catch. And it bounces right out of his glove. Kind of just deflected off the webbing.
Yeah, just missed it, son. Got to battle it. And that one hit way right up there. Again, it really gets tricky with the backspin. Kind of creating like a loop in midair. It doesn't go like a straight. It doesn't follow a straight trajectory of a parabola, as you might think, come up and down. No, it kind of loops around itself, so you got to sort of run further into where you think it's going to go, and it'll come back to you. That time just a tough, long run. Even though the sunglasses on, sun up there, it's a dance out there.
Hurtado gets a second life. 1-2 again. Ramirez goes. Wave and a miss. The throw to second, not in time. Now they'll throw home as Swanson tried to go. He's caught out at the plate. strike him out, throw him out in the non-traditional sense, Harry.
Wow. Yeah, that is a very unusual strike him out, throw him out. That was brilliant from Ramos at second. I mean, that was thrown all the way down. They didn't play. They didn't do any. Excuse me. Wow. They didn't have any play on to cut it off or anything. The Crawdads infield. They just had it go all the way down and trust Ramos to make the hard throw. And well, it worked perfectly. Longacre too. Nice two-handed reception and tag, keeping the ball in the glove after the strike by Ramos.
Ramirez does get the steal, so he's at second in scoring position. Here comes Lamothe, hit that RBI double to kick off the scoring for San Francisco in the first. Aber's first pitch, fastball low and in. Lamothe, bit of a Crawdad killer, despite the Seagulls not winning any games yet against Walnut Creek. Had the home run first time he started, second game that these two teams played against each other. Led off today with the double. 1-0 pitch to the left-hander. Fastball hit high in the air, shallow left center gap. Over from short is Woodson, backpedaling, 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 makes the catch. That'll do it. The Crawdads strand a base runner. They catch Swanson trying to go home on a steal attempt. We'll take a break. To the home half we go right after this. Bottom of the second, the Crawdads trailing by 2. A pair of RBI doubles for the San Francisco have them leading early in this contest. Walnut Creek 6-0 against the Seagulls, trying to make it 7-0, the mark they reached last year against SF. 4, 5, and 6 due up Winchell, Perez, and Ronson. Riley Winchell, designated hitter today, usually plays catcher, has appeared once at first base for the Crawdads, a guy who is tied for first on the team with homers, 3, which is also good for second in the CCL. Steidel, first offering. Breaking ball sits knee high, strike 1.
And it looks like he's got kind of two breaking balls, a slider that bites a little harder than, that's kind of like a sweeping, big sweeping curve that comes in a little slower, but just rips itself back into the zone after you think it's going to be off the outside as a righty.
0-1 to Winchell. Fastball lifted high in the air to right, but not deep. Schmidt, tracking over slightly towards the foul line, makes the catch.
And that wicked two-seamer, too. Man.
That's how you retire one of the most dangerous bats in the Walnut Creek order. 1 out, no one on. Bottom of the second for Dylan Perez, left fielder for Walnut Creek. Had a 5-game hitting streak going, but that was broken up Friday against these very Seagulls. From the 18th to the 25th, Perez had a 263 average as he drills this one deep right field. Schmidt to the track, to the wall. Oh, and he just makes the grab. That looked like number 3 of the year for Perez. Instead, it's a deep fly out to right.
He got me. I thought that was far out. I mean, I thought that was gone, really turned on. He's done, his swing has been really locked in lately, especially against the high fastballs like he got there. Perhaps the sinking action, though, just enough to keep him a little bit too on top of it. That one started to topspin at a bit, but man, his swing has been on time. Both his homers coming against the Seagulls, almost had his third.
2 outs, no one on for Ronson. He lines it up the middle, base hit. 2 out single for Walnut Creek, trying to get something started here. Nothing on the board, and that hit from Pettis, or that ball in play rather, 94 miles an hour off the bat. Resulted in a deep out. Anyways, with Ronson at first, Drew Longacre comes up, right-handed hitting catcher. Longacre's impressed in the early goings of this season, Harry. 3 games, 2 starts, 3 hits and 3 runs driven in.
Especially with guys on base, and he's just got one on first with 2 down, but hey, with the 2-out jump that you get, you're running on contact. If he gets one into the gap like he's done before, could score the run from first with Ronson.
First pitch from Stidell, out of the stretch.
Whoops.
Gets past Lopez, and now Ronson's going to head over to second. They'll call him safe. It's probably going to be a passed ball rather than a steal.
Forgot something. Man, he just dropped it and didn't even notice.
So now an RBI chance for Longacre.
That was bizarre.
His last start for Walnut Creek had a big double that brought in some runs against Sonoma. Longacre, rising redshirt freshman at Jessup. 429 average in 3 games entering today. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball misses outside.
That's a good miss, too. That's right where you want that against the righties. Keep it on the outside and just missed. Tried to bite off the outer edge, which he's done a couple times to righties so far.
Longacre's shown some really good discipline in the early goings of this season. 3 walks to just 1 strikeout. 2-0 from Stidell. Fastball hit the other way into right. Schmidt takes a couple steps to his left side, makes the catch. Crawdads 3 flyouts to right field, but Barrett Ronson stranded after his hard hit single up the middle. We'll take a break. Crawdads still down by 2 in the top of the 3rd now. Top of the 3rd, later on today in our post-game show, we'll have today's Player of the Game brought to you by Worth Group Restaurants, a local collection of East Bay restaurants owned and operated by Rodney Worth, including and the Pear in Danville, the Bourbon Pear in Livermore, and the Golden Pear in Walnut Creek. Worth Group Restaurants, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Top of the 3rd, Seagulls up by 2, and the heart of their order due up, Brewer, Schmidt, and Gurman. Hudson Aber has allowed 2 runs on 4 hits. And for Aber, those are the first 2 runs allowed this season. Now he's up to 5 hits allowed on the season in his 3rd start. Brewer lined out sharply to second where Ramos was waiting his first time up. 11-game hitting streak for the Seagulls shortstop. Aber kicks and fires. Fastball hits slowly over to short. Woodson collects, takes his time with the throw. Ronson in the stretch has it. 1 pitch, 1 out. It's the first time that Aber has got the first guy he's seen in an inning out.
Yeah, and that's more what we're used to again. I talked about it last inning, but 2 straight innings, letting the leadoff guy on, then letting him in. So Aber settling in here in the 3rd. Once he settles in, which usually is kind of right off the start today, maybe just taking a couple innings, he is unhittable. So I expect a quick inning from him after that start.
Schmidt from the left side walked in the 1st inning. Aber's first pitch. Fastball high and away. 1-0 to George Schmidt. That walk, his first of the season for San Francisco. Third start of the year for Schmidt on the offensive side. 1-0 pitch. Fastball down the pipe. Strike one.
Busy inning on defense for Schmidt. 3 flyouts.
Yeah, he was very active. Now a chance to get some more cardio in on the base pass potentially. Aber, 1-1. Outer third fastball, called a strike.
I had a friend who used to like to say that whenever someone makes all 3 putouts in an inning, that he just tied the all-time baseball record for putouts in an inning with 3. I just think that's kind of ridiculous.
Well, it's not entirely wrong.
Not at all, no. It's
Very
a long
crafty.
list, though. Long list of guys.
1-2 to Schmidt. Slider misses away. Bit of a waste pitch there, trying to see if he can get a bite. Aber, the full arsenal ready to go. Here's the 2-2. Schmidt takes a hack at the fastball, fouls it off the end of his bat.
Well, if that doesn't tell you what he's sitting on, I mean, fastball all the way. That one outside part of the plate, and he was way in front of it. Poked it with the top of the bat because the swing had already come through the zone. So if I'm Aber, I'm trying to slow him down off the outside or maybe just low middle, right? Throw a changeup, fading away from the lefty.
We'll see what he does. Righty winds and deals. 2-2 fastball grounded towards first, out of play.
Again, there goes low and in. A little bit more on time because it's inside this time. Gets on you a little quicker, but still out in front. So I think off speed has got to be in the back of the mind of Schmidt now at the plate. See if Aber wants to triple up on the fastballs or just try and break one off.
See what Longacre and Aber agree to here. Right-hander readies himself at the letters. Turns and delivers. 2-2 fastball misses in. Full count to George Schmidt, trying to work his second walk of the day. Pleasanton, California native. Just down I-680. 3-2. Soft ground ball to Ronson, deflects off his body. He'll flip to Aber, covering the bag in time.
Well, he's got the new glove. Quite use it there to scoop the ball up. Still use it to absorb the contact, keep it out in front of him, but nice play nonetheless. That's what they'll teach you, get down to a knee, keep the ball in front when you got time like that. So an excellent play by the first baseman.
Yeah, Ronson did a nice job sticking with it the whole time, kept the ball in front of him.
Just fundamentals.
Very much so. 2 down, no one on in the top of the third. Davis Gurman from the right side here. Aber's first delivery, slider away. And Gurman struck out in the top of the first on 4 pitches. Rising redshirt senior just committed to Utah after a couple seasons at Morehead State. 1-0 to the righty. Squares bunt, pulls it back. And the fastball misses outside.
Struck out 6 times against the Crawdads this season so far. Though he has contributed 4 hits, 16 tries. So interesting to see him squaring with 2 outs.
2-0 from Aber. Fastball popped up towards second base. Ramos back shallow outfield. Now Aldridge in right comes on to make the catch. A 1-2-3 inning. Aber and the Crawdads give the Seagulls the claw and give themselves a chance to get back up, trailing by 2. Back for the bottom of the third, the Crawdads trailing 2 to the San Francisco Seagulls, a team that they have beat by, when they score an average of 11 runs. That's what Crawdads have done. 11 runs a game against these Seagulls, but last time out on Friday in San Bruno, the Crawdads won 4-1 over the team in San Bruno. It's the lowest margin of victory against the Seagulls this season. Now in a spot where they trail, trying to get back on top. And it'll be the bottom of the order. 8, 9, and 1. Elijah Ramos, Lucas Carlisle, and then Shane Aldridge when it turns over. 2 righties and a lefty. Steidel, first pitch to Ramos. Fastball inside. Gets away from Lopez.
Well, and that game just kind of showed, you can win in a variety of different ways, and good teams do that. Even when they don't play their best ball, you're not going to go back looking at a 10-plus game win streak and say, well, they only won that one by 3, right? Say, no, 10 straight.
1-0 to Ramos, breaking ball high and outside. You're absolutely right, Harry. A win's a win is a win. Crawdads have done that 10 straight times. Looking for 11 here today, but they trail 2 early on.
The weather was a bit testy over there in San Bruno. Cold and misty.
2-0. Fastball outside. Classic June mist, really, for San Francisco, but not something the Crawdads have played in the last 2 seasons. At least when they've gone to San Bruno. It's been cold and windy, but the mist, a bit new. 3-0 to Ramos. Breaking ball misses outside. A 4-pitch walk to Elijah Ramos. And the Seagulls pitching staff leads the CCL in walks thrown. 103 now after that one to Elijah Ramos.
Yeah, only team in the CCL over 100. It's a team that walks a lot on both sides of the ball, right? A lot of walks on the offensive side, allowing to get runners to get on, but then the walks on the pitching side have really hurt them. And again, you can't give the Crawdads a free 90, and this is exactly what we talked about in the open. I expect to see Ramos on the move, too, at some point.
Oh, definitely. Probably going to steal. He's got 5 already this year. First pitch to Carlisle. Breaking ball misses inside. Carlisle yesterday, 2 for 2. Pair of singles and a pair of walks. Also 3 stolen bags himself in just his second game with Walnut Creek. Debuted on Friday against the Seagulls. 1-0 pitch to the right-handed third baseman. A looping breaking ball at the knees.
You just got exceptional, mechanics on both sides. On offense, in the field, he is so smooth. I can't wait to see him kind of get a hold of one at some point.
Rising sophomore at Santa Barbara City College. 1-1 to him. Ramos goes. Fastball high and in. The throw to second. In time, they catch Elijah Ramos stealing for the first time this season.
Wow. Pretty good jump, but a good pitch to throw on, too. Up and in to the righty allows Lopez to kind of explode up into the throwing position. Ball right to the glove. Then you need to make the transition quick, and he did. Fired a strike down to second. That helps, too.
1 out, no one on. Bottom of the third. 2-1 to Carlisle. Misses. Hitter-friendly count. Carlisle, second team all-conference selection as a true freshman at SBCC. Has impressed early with the Crawdads. 3-1 delivery from Steidel. Off speed and outside. Second straight walk. Lineup turns anew. The lefty Aldridge. Chance to do something with 1 out and a base runner.
Carlisle is so patient, too. Just a young guy, but really a veteran approach. Waits for his pitch. Again, just another added to the list of things he does well on the baseball field.
That's already his 4th walk in 3 games for Walnut Creek. He walked 31 times this spring.
Could very well find him in the leadoff spot soon.
It would not surprise me. Steidel out of the stretch. First pitch to Aldridge. Flared high into left field. Hurtado camps under it, makes the catch. And now Carlisle will retreat back to first. Two outs. Carlisle at first for TJ Woodson. Woodson struck out on 5 pitches in the first. A rare occurrence for TJ.
Yeah.
That was just his 8th strikeout through now 16 games in conference play.
It's been just excellent bat to ball. All these Crawdads have been excellent at the bat to ball skill so far, and just not striking out. They don't strike out a lot, as well as that kind of a side effect. Don't walk a whole lot.
First pitch, Woodson, breaking ball outside. He squared it up the bunt, but pulled it back.
But they'll make you make plays in the CCL. We've seen it. I mean, teams do make errors, especially the Seagulls here. Sompers yesterday as well, both top 2 in the CCL in errors made.
1-0. Steidel dishes a two-seamer that misses away. Defense has been a little bit suspect for the Seagulls, like you alluded to. And TJ Woodson, gap power. 9 doubles in CCL play. That would likely score Carlisle if he hits one. 2-0. Woodson takes a hack, high chopper to third. Ramirez collects and fires to second for the out. That'll do it. The Crawdads strand a base runner after 2 walks. We'll go to the top of the 4th. Seagulls still lead by 2. Top of the 4th, and the Crawdads go to the bullpen. 3 innings of work for Austin Aber as he gives way to the left-hander, Austin Bolello, rising sophomore at Willamette University, Orinda, California guy. Facing Tanner Wall, Ethan Lopez, and Brandon Swanson, a lefty, then 2 righties. Bolello, his 3rd appearance of the season for Walnut Creek. He's gone 2 innings in both those appearances. 2 hits, 1 walk, no strikeouts, 4.5 ERA. First pitch from the left-hander. Heater inside.
And he had a really nice outing in the last game in San Bruno against the Seagulls.
Saw 3, retired 3. 1-0 to Wall. Ball that bounces away from Longacre outside. 2-0.
And it's not a guy that'll blow you away with the velocity, but the off-speed stuff is really good. Slider really tumbles hard, and so especially the lefties have quite the task.
2-0 from Bolello. Wall takes a hack, fouls it into the Crawdad dugout at first. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, similarly to the San Francisco starter, Steidel, he'll use it against both righties and lefties. That's his pitch.
Bolello turns, kicks, and fires the 2-1. Hit sharply down the right field line into fair territory. Aldridge digs out of the corner. Now his throw over to second. Wall heading there, slides safely. A leadoff double in the top of the 4th. Seagulls back in business, leading by 2.
Already handful doubles. That's 3 of them. 30 now on the season for them as a team. They're just finding the gaps, finding the power down the lines. I mean, it's easier to win games when you're starting with a guy on second, it feels like every inning.
Top of the 3rd, the only inning where the Seagulls have yet to get a leadoff base runner on. Here comes Lopez. First pitch he sees drilled left side and into foul territory. It was just too early. Lopez led off the second with a single, later scored when Brandon Swanson hit that RBI double. Bolello looks at second, brings home the 0-1. Slider hit on a line over to Ramos at second, and the second baseman for Walnut Creek collects. Now 1 out, top of the 4th.
And no easier play than that one on the infield. The soft liners always the ones I was hoping for when I was out there. My high school days.
They're going to be how Bolello succeeds here against the Seagulls. Soft contact.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with a guy on second. Unproductive out there is huge with nobody out.
Here's Swanson. RBI chance, 1 out. Bolello picks back to second. Ramos covers and picks it out of the dirt. But nonetheless, Wall is safe. Swanson, like we mentioned, RBI double that plated Lopez in the second. Was later caught stealing when he tried to run home as Ramirez took second. First pitch to the right-handed designated hitter is low. Swanson, rising redshirt junior at the College of Southern Nevada. 1-0 from Bolello. Fastball breaks in and misses low. 2 balls and no strikes to Swanson. Harry, you feel like for the Seagulls, this is a count where you might start swinging?
Absolutely. If he'll come to you with something hard down the heart of the plate.
2-0, wave and a miss. Changeup got him to bite.
And that's exactly what you don't swing at there, 2-0. I mean, you should be sitting fastball. It's a fastball count. And a nice changeup off the outside. That's a low percentage pitch as a hitter.
2-1 from Bolello. Slider hits the inner third. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Swanson as Alex Gomez, the right-hander, is throwing pitches now in the Crawdad bullpen. Bolello looking for a put away. His 2-2. Slider, wave and a miss. He got Swanson to bite.
There you go, excellently thrown off the. I really like those last 3 pitches that at bat. Down 2-1, you go with the changeup outside. Rather 2-0, excuse me, changeup outside, get the swing and miss. Then off of that, the slider that looks a lot like the changeup coming in from the outside, just down the middle, back door perfectly. Then make him swing through a back foot slider to finish it off.
Bolello throws to second, but was not really on line. Wall in there safely. But how about the sequencing from Austin Bolello? Picks up his first strikeout as a Crawdad there against Swanson. Still an RBI chance with Ramirez. 2 down, top of the 4th. First pitch to the right-handed third baseman, bounces in the dirt. Ramirez singled in the second, stole a bag. But when he did so, Brandon Swanson tried to steal home and was caught out. 1-0 to Ramirez. Slider misses away. Nice kind of striding play to the arm side for Longacre. Saves a pass ball. .2-0 from Bolello out of the stretch. Wave and a miss. Inside slider gets Ramirez to go around. And that's been the pitch, Harry. Slider on the inner third to the right-handers. Just moves so much.
Yeah, really tough. You got to wait on it, too. He doesn't throw it all that hard, so you really got to sit back and not get too excited and swing through it.
2-1, changeup outside, wave and a miss.
And when he throws that going the other way, it just kind of disappears. Expect it to either break in or kind of sit where it's at, but it just fades and fades away. He is mixing that pitch with the slider excellently right now and tunneling it just beautifully.
Bolello, 1 pitch away from a putout. Allowed the leadoff double. Since then, 2 straight retired. 2-2, grounded foul towards third. And man, this would be a massive way to get out of this inning for Austin Bolello.
Absolutely, man. They just attacking the bottom of the order here, showing him his stuff. He's kind of eradicated the fastball from his arsenal and just going change-up slider, and it's working.
Ramirez has to protect. 2-2 pitch from Bolello. Changeup down and away. Ramirez lays off, and the count is full. Hurtado's on deck at the top of the order. Wall still second. He's remained there since his leadoff double. Lefty's payoff. Fastball, wave and a miss. And the backswing catches Longacre in the back of the head. Nonetheless, 2 straight strikeouts for Austin Bolello. His first 2 as a Crawdad to get out of the inning. We'll take a break. Bottom of the 4th we go. Crawdads trailing 2. The California Collegiate League's biggest event of the summer is coming to Reno, Nevada on Saturday, July 4th, just this week. The 2026 CCL All-Star Game will bring together the league's top players and future professional prospects at Greater Nevada Field, home of the Reno Aces. Following the game, fans will enjoy a spectacular fireworks show as part of the America 250 celebration. To purchase tickets and learn more, visit www.calsummerball.com. It's the bottom of the fourth. The Crawdads trail 2 against the San Francisco Seagulls, but Bryden Bull, Riley Winchell, and Dylan Pettis 3, 4, and 5. A chance to get Walnut Creek on the board. Just 1 hit and 2 walks. The lone base runners for Walnut Creek today, Harry, as the starter for San Francisco, Joe Steidel, has been magnificent through 3 innings.
He really is going to have to find a way to battle with the funky lefty, or just kind of, I hate to say it, but I mean, you know he's maybe not going to go complete game, right? Just the way things have gone in general around the CCL early in the summer. You know, guys maybe going to be capped 4 or 5 innings, maybe even 6. We've seen these Seagull starters go a bit deeper, so just try and kind of wait it out. If you keep the lead at 2, you're pretty confident in this lineup getting to the Seagulls bullpen.
First offering to Bull. Off-speed pitch misses high. 1-0 to Bryden Bull, a guy that likes to swing at the first pitch he sees. But that was a smart decision there. Seagulls bullpen, not the deepest in the league. Crawdads trying to tap into it. 1-0 to Bull. Slider outer third, called a strike. Tough pitch for a left-hander to get to.
Yeah, good decision just to not swing it at low. Again, I've talked about it already, but low percentage pitches as hitters, just lay off them. Live to see the next one.
1-1. Bull takes a late hack, fouls it away.
Very persistent with it, too, so Bull, a little more on it there. If he leaves another one up like that, maybe look out.
Very much so.
It's a good swing by Bull, just a little under.
Steidel sets, kicks, and fires. 1-2. Fastball well outside. 2-2 to Bryden Bull, a guy who's been making some tweaks to his swing. Feels like he's been very early on everything. Been trying to swing it later on each pitch. 2-2. Bull takes a big hack. Slider gets him down and away.
That was way out in front of that one again. So just, it's a really tough at-bat, lefty-lefty. And he's going to speed you up like that after going 3 straight sliders. It's tough to adjust back to the slider when you have the fastball in the back of your mind. Got him out in front again, so Bull down swinging.
Winchell comes up. Crawdads looking for 11 straight wins, something that has not happened in their entire history. First pitch to Winchell. Fouled away behind home plate. 0-1. Winchell, catcher at Chabot College, committed to Sacramento State just last week on June 19th, where he's going to join Ryan Ellis, Jacob Coburn, and Devin James. 0-1 to the righty. Fastball up and outside.
That clubhouse dugout, there's going to be a party in there. Those 4 guys.
They love to have fun, that's for sure. Winchell, just a guy that loves fishing and playing baseball.
And the team's going to be darn good, too, not to mention.
Very true. 1-1. Breaking ball hits off of Winchell. First hit batter for Steidel. And now a 1-out base runner for Dylan Pettis, the left fielder who gave a ball a ride. First pitch he saw from Steidel, clobbered it deep to right, but it was out at the warning track.
Top of the zone, yeah, almost got it up out of there. Almost up off the wall, too. Extra base territory, we'll call it, but I expect to see, pitches lower in the zone here from Steidel to Perez. Try to get him to roll into a double play, but if you're Perez, keep looking up in the zone. That's where the mistakes will be.
First offering to Pettis. Foul tip, low slider outside, but he caught a piece.
And that's the one you don't want to get a piece of, really. You don't want to dive out in front of the sinker, pull it to second for a 2-ball.
Winchell, hearty lead at first. Steidel stares him down. Now the 0-1 to Pettis. Off speed, high and tight. Ball 1. Winchell, despite the lead, not a guy who's stolen a base this year for Walnut Creek. 1-1. Pettis takes a slider outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Pettis along with TJ Woodson, the pair of Baylor Bears playing for the Crawdads here in the summer of 2026. Pettis, 189 hitter entering today. 6 RBIs on 10 hits. 2-1. Inside breaking ball misses. Hitter friendly to the left fielder.
A couple of those look pretty good too. Now if you Pettis really just looking for your pitch 3-1, make him come to you. Even if it's not perfect, you can take one, get to 3-2.
Pettis, a pair of homers against these Seagulls. 3-1. Winchell goes. Ball is low in the dirt. So the hit by pitch plus a 1-out walk. 2 on for Barrett Ronson, the hard-hitting first baseman.
He smoked one his first time up too. Single up the middle. Still the only hit on the day for the Crawdads. It's been nothing but just dealing for Joe Steidel out there.
Yeah, Steidel's been magnificent. Now with a little bit of trouble, his pitching coach for the Seagulls going to go and have a chat with him. Ronson smoked it up the middle. His first time up. And Barrett Ronson, 15 games entering today, 245 hitter, 12 hits, 8 RBIs, just 3 for extra bases, all of which were doubles. And right now, of note, Crawdads fans, is the wind blowing from center field into left field. That's beneficial for a pull side guy like Ronson.
Absolutely is. Just not trying to do too much of this at bat though. Just try and drive one up the middle, get a run on the board. Still plenty of time. Again, if the Crawdads can get to the Seagulls bullpen as soon as possible, I mean, that gives them a big chance if the lead's only 2 for San Francisco, because this is a Crawdad lineup that has attacked the Seagulls bullpen so far. Also, Seagulls yet to make an error so far. So, I mean, just the balls have not really been put in play as consistently as usual for the Crawdads, but if they do, I feel like it might be coming soon. 18 straight games with an error for the Seagulls defense.
Steidel kicks and fires. First offering to Ronson. Inside heater called a strike. Winchell's at second. Pettis with speed at first. Walnut Creek trailing 2 to the San Francisco Seagulls. And Steidel has induced soft contact plus some hits. 1-0 pitch low. Also a couple of walks. But other than that, he's prevented any hard hit balls in play, really.
Yeah, again, Ronson really the only one. That's the lone base hit.
Steidel comes home on the 1-1. Floating breaking ball that finds its way into the inner third. 1-2 to Ronson now. Rising junior, undecided where he's going next. Had a breakout year at Santa Ana College this spring. OPS over 1,000, 350 hitter as well. 1-2. Ronson fouls it back. Just stays alive off the end of the bat.
A lot of power in the bat of Barrett Ronson, too. 9 homers this last spring. Yet to see the home run power, but he has driven the gap-to-gap power. He has shown it off so far, so I'm looking for him to deposit one over the wall soon. Feels like he's been swinging the bat well. And a lot of kind of hard hit outs, but then as well as that hard hit base hits. Once he gets under one, look out.
Feels like a guy that could be due. Drew Longacre on deck. Elijah Ramos in the hole. Now Ronson's going to call time. Long hold from Steidel. Just a reset for both the hitter and the pitcher. Infield playing deep. Brewer shaded over towards second from shortstop, as is the second baseman Wall. 1-2. Ronson takes. Breaking ball, outer third, called strike 3, and he can't believe it.
It's perfect on the back door. Nothing you can do as a hitter. You just got to tip your cap, or your helmet, I guess. But yeah, that's a big, big pitch with 1 out, 2 on. Get the second out, and now just need 1 more.
Hit by pitch to Winchell, a walk to Pettis. Has put both of them on. 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th. Crawdads trailing 2. Longacre, chance to do something about the deficit here. Lefty Steidel peers to second. Now the first delivery. Looping breaking ball at Longacre's knees.
The consistency at which he can land that against righties and lefties. Front door to the lefties, back door to the righties. It's such a is just a hellacious pitch.
It's been the primary offer for the Crawdad hitters. Eventually, somebody's got to sit on one and track it down to the bottom of the zone. Or at least attempt to. 0-1 to Longacre. Fouls a fastball back. 0-2. Steidel just needs one more pitch to get out of the jam. Ramos on deck. 2 runs on 5 hits for the Seagulls. No runs on 1 hit for Walnut Creek. Steidel between the letters and the belt. Is 0-2. Longacre fouls off a breaking ball upstairs.
And left that one out over the plate. Not where he wants the breaker. Longacre, good hack at it. That's the one you're looking for, the mistake on 0-2.
Longacre, his last at-bat was up 2-0 in the count, then flew out the other way to right. Ended the bottom of the second. 0-2 again. Wave and a miss. Fastball high and in. Steidel challenges Drew Longacre and gets it done. Crawdads trying to pair more base runners. We'll take a break. Top of the 5th we go. Seagulls up by 2. Top of the 5th, Walnut Creek goes back to the bullpen. Alex Gomez will relieve Austin Bolello, who himself relieved Hudson Aber, the starter today for Walnut Creek. Went 3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. 2 walks and a pair of strikeouts as well for the UC Santa Barbara man, Hudson Aber. Gomez comes in, a guy who's a rising senior at the University of San Francisco. 5th appearance in CCL play today. 1.8 ERA entering this contest, 10 innings pitched. Gomez has been kind of a fireman of sorts.
Yeah, trying to put one out today so far. Really just keep the lead at 2. Bolello last inning a nice job after a leadoff double, but I feel like what the Crawdads need to do is just get back off the field quickly. They've been kind of on the defensive side for more of this game than they have been at the plate. And they're starting to swing it a bit better and take better at-bats, so the offensive side's kind of starting to do its part now. Pitching just got to continue and try and flip momentum.
Top of the order for the Seagulls, trying to take advantage of Gomez right off the bat. Hurtado, Lamoth, and Brewer. Hurtado, 0 for 1, walk and a strikeout. First pitch from Gomez, fastball lifted high in the air, foul territory towards left, well out of play. Hurtado, a pair of doubles in that 3 for 5 outing yesterday against Alameda, a game in which San Francisco lost 23-6. Whew. Hurtado kind of the lone bright spot. 0-1 from Gomez. Fastball fouled back.
That's a tough one. I mentioned they've made errors in 18 straight games, 19 out of 20 this season, total games, but matched the season high with 7 errors in the field yesterday. So they're really just totally resetting from that today. They've been a whole new team.
Got to wipe it. Next play is the most important play.
Yeah.
0-2. Off speed and high. 1-2 to Hurtado. Gomez, 9 strikeouts to 6 walks this season for Walnut Creek. 8 hits, only 2 earned runs. 1-2 to Hurtado, fouled off the end of his bat. Count remains the same. Gomez, 11 appearances this spring for University of San Francisco. He was a new Don. Spent the spring of 2025 as the ace of the Laney College staff. 1-2 to Hurtado. Heater misses low and away. Gomez, that sophomore campaign at Laney College, 2.52 ERA, 0.52, pardon me, in 15 starts. Now the 2-2 to Hurtado. He misses upstairs. Full count.
So 0-2 to 3-2 just really is consistent with the fastballs, but just started losing the zone a bit once he got up. Got to find a way to get back. Make him put the ball on the play here. Trust your D.
Payoff to Hurtado. Fastball, wave and a miss. Pardon me, a changeup that the bottom just fell out. Even fooled me. First batter that Gomez faces, he strikes out. 1 out, no one on for Lamoth in the top of the 5th now.
Well, or don't make him put it into play at all. Handle it yourself. Nice pitch. Showed him, again, was a lot of fastballs to get to the 3-2 count, to hold it the 3-2 count, and then finally shows the changeup.
Lamoth from the left side. Gomez gets him to foul off a fastball. Lamoth opened up the scoring for San Francisco. RBI double in the first that played Hurtado. Then he popped out into shallow left center field where TJ Woodson was awaiting. Gomez turns and delivers the 0-1. Fastball low. Lamoth, rising sophomore at St. Bonaventure. Started 43 games this spring. 23 runs batted in. 1-1 to him now. Fastball laced into right field, bounces in front of Aldridge. He crept up to try to make the catch, and now it gets to the warning track. Extra bases for Christian Lamoth. He'll stop at second.
Yeah, Aldridge got Monte Vista out there and right. Nothing you can do. I mean, I've seen it myself sometimes before the game, helping to shag some BP, and it really is sometimes a mystery where that ball is going to bounce in the grass out there. So, again, there's nothing you can do. It just takes I called it earlier, a Looney Tunes hop earlier in the season. It's exactly what it is, just whoop, up over the head.
Top hop for Aldridge to play in the field, and it gives Lamoth a double. 1 out RBI chance for Jake Brewer. Seagulls trying to extend their lead. Brewer hitless in his first 2 at-bats. Line out and a ground out. Gomez kicks and delivers. Fastball high.
I mean, it's almost like you're playing on turf out there, right? The hop's on turf. Obviously, turf a little bit harder than natural grass. It'll hop up like that. You got to play back a bit more. You see it in the MLB at the Rays Stadium, Tropicana Field, also at Chase Field in Arizona.
1-0 from Gomez. Brewer takes a hack. This fastball into left field. Perez moves to his left, makes the catch. Sharp line out. Now there are 2 down in the top of the 5th. Gomez trying to strand Lamoth. But he now has to face George Schmidt, the right fielder, hitting left-handed. Schmidt 0 for 1. Walked in the first, grounded out to third in the 3rd inning. First offering from Gomez. Off speed, inner third, strike 1. Oh, 1 from Gomez. Fastball check swing, the appeal to third. He did not go around.
Surprised they even checked that one. Wasn't very close.
Agreed. Ball in the dirt, evens the count. Schmidt hits in each of his first 2 starts offensively. 1-1. Fastball fouled away off the end of the bat. 1-2. George Schmidt trying to make it a 3-game hitting streak here. Lamoth, hefty lead at second with 2 outs. Gomez keeps his attention focused on home plate. 1-2, fastball high. Wild, 2-2 count. 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Lamothe at second. Gomez looking for a put away. His pitch home. Another upstairs fastball. Loaded count to Schmidt.
Big pitch in this game.
Very crucial.
Got a challenge here, though. Third run of the game on second.
Gomez trying to keep it at 2 runs. 2-2. Pardon me, the 3-2. Fastball hard of the zone, but at the knees. Called strike 3. Crawdads get another base runner stranded. 2 strikeouts for Alex Gomez. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Harry Setrakian taking over on the play-by-play right after this.
Bottom of the 5th, 2-0. San Francisco Seagulls still lead it. Harry Setrakian with you alongside Charlie Limoncelli and our producer Jack Brooks here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. 8-9-1 due up for the Crawdads. It's who got it done yesterday. Elijah Ramos, Lucas Carlisle, and then Shane Aldridge at the top to face the unflappable lefty so far, Joe Steidel. 4 innings of shutout ball, looking for a 5th as he fires a sinker outside to Ramos, but he has been excellent so far. Crawdads have not gotten a runner beyond second base, only have gotten 2 there, and only have 1 hit through 4 innings. Ramos squares around to bunt, almost gets drilled. It gets out of the way, bat, body, and all.
I mean, frankly, from our vantage point, it looked like the ball could have deflected off of him, but I think ultimately it was just off of Lopez's glove. Nonetheless, wild pitch in the most literal sense.
Yeah, that was uptight and personal.
But how about Steidel? He's done a fantastic job controlling the zone, keeping the Crawdad hitters off balance.
Ramos, one of the 3 guys he's walked today, was the first one as he takes ball 3 outside. And well, he's seen 7 pitches this game. 7 of them have been balls. Got on first, but was caught stealing. That certainly didn't help the efforts of the Crawdads getting their first run home, but the leadoff walk did. Looking at another in the eyes right now. 3 balls, no strikes. Sinker right down the middle. So the pitcher Seidel gets one. Ramos still way ahead, 3-1 with Carlisle on deck. Next pitch, and this one drills Ramos when you get into a 3-ball count. Last time you want to get hit, but he'll still take it. That was a fastball, though, right to that front thigh.
Yeah, that one stings a whole lot. Seidel's been whipping it with the velocity, and Elijah Ramos gonna have to trot it out a little bit over at first.
Yeah, that front thigh, tough place to get hit because it usually means it's a hard fastball. It just means you can't get out of the way of it. Heat seeker. Now Carlisle stands in with Ramos on first for the 2nd time today. Carlisle also got it via the walk in the 3rd inning, but was forced out to end the 3rd inning on a fielder's choice. He'll square around to bunt, get it down the third base side. He's got speed. In comes Ramirez. He'll have no play to first. Carlisle with an infield single on the bunt. And once again, here's the bottom of the order, trying to set things up for the top. It's been this recipe so far. And man, both times now, Ramos and Carlisle both on base.
Yeah, they're just trying to manufacture runs right now, and Carlisle had a really nice bunt single yesterday, same side, down the third base line against Sonoma, and he executes it really well. That's something the Crawdads are going to look to, especially if he stays either at the 9 or moves up to the leadoff spot.
Here's a guy who's been in both places this season. Shane Aldridge back to the leadoff spot after a handful of games in the 9 spot. I wouldn't be surprised to see him bunting as well.
It would make sense. That's why the infield corners are playing in.
Corners in middle, kind of half depth. Looking to crash a little bit. Maybe going to put on the wheel play, try and steal it out at third, though the shortstop Brewer very close, holding Ramos on at second. So it'd be a long run if they would do that. Steidel from the stretch. And it's a strike on the outside to Aldridge. He takes, so no sign of the bunt from the leadoff man. Maybe he wanted to see one first.
Ramos have the wave to swing here. I mean, bunting in this situation could make sense, but I don't think it'd be effective.
Up and out of the zone. 1 ball and a strike. Ramos has a very slim lead at second, so Crawdads trying to manage their base runners well. Haven't had a lot of them, obviously, this game.
I think the play for Aldridge here probably just lift something in the air, move the runners over on the tag.
Corner's still in. 1-1, Aldridge fouls it back.
Bare minimum, Walnut Creek just wants to get Woodson up to the plate. Guy that can do some real damage from the right side.
Woodson so far 0 for 2. Same with Shane Aldridge, top of the order. 0 for 6, the top 3. All 3 of them 0 for 2. Only other 0 for 2 today, Drew Longacre in the 7 spot. 1-2 to Aldridge. He lifts it shallow into left, racing out the shortstop. Brewer in as well, the left fielder Hurtado, and he'll be the one to call it for the first out. So unproductive out for Aldridge, and that puts TJ Woodson in a run-scoring situation, but also a situation where one pitch could end the inning.
That it could, and really tough for Aldridge to get a good swing off on that pitch. Breaking ball outside against the left-hander, not a whole lot you can do with it, especially if it's off the end of the bat and the launch angle is pointing it up like that. Just a tough play for Aldridge to try and make.
So now Woodson, who tapped out to third his last time to end the third, watches a first pitch slider on the inside for a strike. It's just been that pitch is so hard to handle for these Crawdads so far. Finally, a guy warming up in the left field bullpen for the Seagulls. A welcome sight for these Crawdads who've just so far been dominated. It's Theodore Soros, who they've seen. Another lefty, though. 0-1 to Woodson. Inside corner, strike 2.
Zone's been consistently pitcher-friendly today. But Crawdad hitters have certainly been placed at a disadvantage, I'd say. That's a pitch pretty solidly inside. But Steidel and the Seagulls have taken full advantage.
Woodson's got to protect. 0-2, pulled hard foul. Past third.
Just a bit early. If he waits half second more, pulled down the left field line for extra bases.
How about that 2-strike swing, though? Way out in front of something hard inside. So now 0-2. Have to think the slider maybe. What's Steidel going to go to again? Ramos on second. And this one inside, it gets Woodson. Lets him off the hook in an 0-2 count. The last time you want to hit a batter.
No, absolutely not. Third hit batter for Steidel today.
As good as he's been, yeah, the hit by pitch, kind of a running theme. So it's now the 6th overall free pass given to Crawdads hitters, and that might do it for Joe Steidel. Might have been the last pitch he throws, but yeah, 3 walks, 3 hits by pitch. There's also a pass ball in the second inning, so you could say 7 free passes, free 90s. The Crawdads yet to take advantage, as they have done so well so far.
I think this might just be a mound visit, though,
Yeah,
Harry.
looks
They
like
want to
just a
leave him.
chat.
And I don't blame him. Steidel's looked really good, especially against Bryden Bull, the guy who's coming up to the plate. But, I mean, if there was ever a time for Bryden Bull to get an extra base knock, it's right here.
Even a fly ball here would do. Entire infield meeting just probably chatting over what to do if the ball comes to you. Have to think if the corners might be playing in. Only up 2 runs, the Seagulls, who have been scrapping for wins all season long. Just 1-8 on the road, 2-8 in their last 10. They've lost 4 straight. You're saying you got to eliminate as many runs as you can. So, yeah, corners will stay in. Middle will be back in double play depth.
Got to put the ball in play here.
Only one out. A lot of ways Crawdads can get on the board with Bryden Bull, one of their best hitters at the plate. Tall lefty waits, and the first pitch goes past his head and to the backstop. That's a wild pitch, eliminates any kind of double play possibility, and brings home the first run of the day for the Crawdads. That is huge.
Yeah, how about that, Harry? Just Steidel kind of gets in his own head, misses with the pitch. Crawdads take full advantage. Plate 1. Now the deficit cut in half.
And that is absolutely massive for Bryden Bull. The Crawdads, no way to really turn a double play here. Infield will come all the way in with runners on second and third. Carlisle on third, Woodson on second. Bull ahead 1-0. Another one up high level, this time into the glove of Ethan Lopez, the catcher. But it's been the pitch that he's thrown so successfully so far, that kind of front side sweeper slider to the left-hand bats that just breaks off their front shoulder, then into the zone. But has lost 2 straight times. Now 2-0. He'll throw it again, this time a little lower, but a little inside, so 3-0 to Bull. And with Riley Winchell looming on deck, you can walk Bull to set up another double play and force anywhere situation.
You could, and if you're Bull, I think you just got to hold the bat here, unless you see a pitch that's just, you know, a cement mixer over the heart of the zone.
Almost inclined to say give him the green light. 3-0. And he's got it, but he swings through. That one certainly in the zone. Now Bull still way ahead 3-1 with the righty Riley Winchell on deck. Theodore Soros, the lefty, the only man warming up for San Francisco. Steidel stands in, will step off as Bull calls time. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom 5th, already 1 run in for the Crawdads and threatening for more. Behind in a 2-1 ball game. 3-1. Bull hits it high to right center field, tracking back German, the center fielder. He'll get under it and make the catch. Both runners tag. Throw in towards third is let through, but not in time. Now it gets away from the third baseman. Here comes Woodson home, and the Crawdads take the lead.
Fundamental baseball, Harry. Put the ball in play, score a run, force the Seagulls to try to make a play. They attempt to go there at third. Then you get an error from the tough defense, and you get the lead down 2.
What a way to score it, I guess. Sure. Both runs come in. Bull will get the 1 RBI in the sack fly, in the error. Chases home Woodson. Error probably going to go on the center fielder, German, on the throw, though. Could also be equally charged to the third baseman, Ramirez. But all of a sudden, Crawdads lead at 3-2, excuse me, as Winchell stands in, takes ball 1 in the dirt. But that's exactly what they've done all season long. Again, the bottom of the order gets on a couple free passes, a hit by pitch, a bunt single by Carlisle, the 9-hitter, then another hit by pitch to Woodson, and in the mix of all that, a wild pitch scores 1, then an error brings home the next. 1-0 to Winchell. He goes after a high one and pops it way up on the infield. Ramirez at third, initially calling. Now Brewer, the shortstop, calls him off, and behind his head has to leap back and make the catch. But again, all of a sudden, the Crawdads lead it 3-2 after some wild pitches, some walks, some hits by pitch, and a sac fly by Bryden Bull. All of a sudden, after 5, 3-2, Crawdads leading. All of a sudden, Crawdads a 3-2 lead over San Francisco. And when it comes to holding leads over the Seagulls, who are you going to call? The Crawdads bullpen. The Goals Busters. Man, it's been an absolute dominant showing by this Crawdads pitching staff against the Seagulls so far. An ERA under 1, and under even 0.5, 0.27 coming into today. The walks, hits per inning pitched, also under 1.5. That's kind of where you're shooting for, keeping it at 1.3 and lower. That's right at where they're at. And also 56 strikeouts in the 6 wins so far against San Francisco. They've added to a couple of those this game, Charlie, but the early lead, I mean, it feels like a whole new game since then. 3 straight zeros after the first and second, where the starter Hudson Aber kind of got knocked around a bit, but really settled in the third at a 1-2-3, and then it's been Bolello and Gomez to shut the door since.
Absolutely. The bullpen and Aber recovered really well, and the Crawdads offense just got to the end of Steidel's leash, starting to hit him around a little bit. Now you probably go to the bullpen.
First pitch upstairs to Davis Germán for 2 today.
And I think, you know, obviously we've been talking about it all day, Harry. Once the Crawdads can get into the Seagull bullpen, good things are going to happen offensively.
1-0, Germán goes after a high one. 1 ball and a strike. And I'm sure, yeah, you could compare the Crawdads bullpen or their pitching numbers against the Seagulls this year, and it'd be pretty much opposite of the Seagulls' pitching numbers against the Crawdads. As the 1-1, a fastball inside for a strike. Connects with that inner third. Gomez ahead 1-2. He's commanding stuff with his fastball. With the high over-the-top delivery. 1-2 to Germán. Swing and a miss. Third strikeout. 3 straight retired now for Gomez.
He looks really good. That over-the-top delivery, it makes both the fastball and the off-speed pitch such a hammer over the top, especially to right-handers.
It's a lot of that vertical kind of illusion that it's moving as now head coach Brant Cummings heads out to the mound. This might be the end for Gomez. A righty warming up down there. I believe it is Carlos Hernandez. And that, in fact, will be it for Alex Gomez, who finishes his day after going 1 1/3 innings. 3 strikeouts, though, in the 4 outs he recorded. Gave up a double last inning, but it did not come around. New pitcher coming in. We'll let you know more about him shortly. For the 7th time this season, Carlos Hernandez will come on here in the in-progress 6th inning. 1 down recorded by his buddy Alex Gomez right before him. But Hernandez has been kind of one of the go-to guys for the Crawdads. The first one to log a save on the season. And he's a guy who's kind of similar to Alex Gomez in where he'll throw you a lot of fastballs, right? Fastball, it goes 4-seam, 2-seam. The 2-seam gets a real good amount of arm side run as well as that slider changeup. Kind of been tinkering with a new changeup grip a little bit.
Yeah, he's got a lot of really good stuff for Walnut Creek. Just a rising sophomore heading back to Chabot this upcoming year. The stuff is there, and the potential is there too.
So he'll face Tanner Wall to start things again with 1 out. He goes after the first one, and it's just over the head of a leaping TJ Woodson at shortstop. So that'll ride into center for a base hit. 1 pitch in, and already some trouble for Carlos Hernandez. Just a runner on first for Tanner Wall, who doubled his last time. And he improves to now on the season, 8 for 21 against the Crawdads. He's just been the guy to kind of get to their pitching.
Absolutely. He's just been super effective against Walnut Creek.
So Hernandez works quickly from the stretch. This one to third. Carlisle checks to second. He'll go to first instead. The throw is in time. Wall, a good read on it after the high chopper. Didn't really have a chance to get the runner at second, so it was 5-3, gets out number 2. But tying run for the Seagulls moves up into scoring position.
Very well read. Carlisle didn't bother wasting a throw over to second, even though he does have a good arm. Just decided to take the easier play over at first. Knew he could make it in time.
Kind of a good approach there where you can't trick yourself into thinking, okay, it's a high hop. I really got to hurry myself up and try and make this throw as fast as possible. That's what leads to errors. But there, Carlisle just watched it into the glove, took his time, checked second. You say, okay, can't get him there. Just fire across to first. Get the sure out. That's a nice play by a youngster. Now Brandon Swanson, the designated hitter, stands in with a runner at second. Takes strike one on the outer part of the plate. No balls and a strike. 1 for 2 today. Swanson, a double, run driven in, and a strikeout. Is just 1 for 10 this year, though, against the Crawdads. It was his first hit against him back in the second. Next one's a slider way outside.
And that just completely dovetailed in the middle of the kind of release. Went halfway home, kind of looked like a fastball, then all of a sudden takes a sharp veer to the left.
Ball and a strike. Hernandez working quickly, lifts the leg high, and a two-seamer in the inner corner for a strike. Goes to 1-2, he gets ahead. There's that two-seamer. Again, a lot of tail on the arm side. Of course, the goal of it. Now he's 1 strike away from getting out of the mini 2-out jam. 1-2. Hit hard towards third, kicks, just foul. Left of the bag. That one almost, I thought, it took a weird hop kind of on the way to the bag. It looked like a hop that might come off the bag like that, but of course if it tails foul before the base, that's the tell that it's not in play. So count holds at 1-2 after the pulled foul ball. Hernandez from the belt, kind of crouched over rather in his set. And the fastball goes outside, 2-2.
Well-located fastball. I like that there from Hernandez. Trying to get a wave and a miss on that outer third. But Swanson held the bat. Nice discipline right at the whole way through.
Fernandez can spot that two-seamer here. You can say, take it again. Slider instead. Check swing. He went around. Strike 3 gets him to go after a good slider. So no run comes in after the 1-out single. Leaves Tanner Wall at second. Crawdads lead at 3-2. Bottom 6 coming up. Theodore Soros in after 5 innings of really excellent work from Joe Steidel. 3 runs end up coming up against him. Only 2 of them will go earned on his line, but man, that was a bit of misfortune last inning. Kind of Crawdad scored a couple of weird ways, a couple hit by pitch, walks, wild pitches, errors. getting the first run of the Crawdads day in. Then the next two, as Dylan Perez will be the first to face the lefty. Is a big swing. Spots him down 0-1. Perez 0 for 1 with a walk and a hard hit fly out to right. Really looked like he maybe rode one out of here, rode one off the wall, but in right, George Schmidt made a nice play. 0-1. Hard fastball just down. Ball on a strike. Theodore Soros started the game against the Crawdads earlier this year, so they have seen him before. And they got to him, if my memory serves me correctly. Fouled back by Dylan Perez.
Yeah, they've seen him a couple times to kind of different effect. 6 hits the last time they faced him when Soros went 4 innings on June 16th. 2 earned runs, 3 total runs. Then on June 9th, 2 innings for Soros, 2 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned.
Yeah, so the start was the 16th. He ended up getting the loss in that one.
He did.
As a big swing and a miss on a breaking ball in the dirt. Perez goes after a bad one and will be thrown out at first on the drop third strike. So that one kicked way far away from Ethan Lopez, but close enough to handle. Perez down swinging. Barrett Ronson in now. He's 1 for 2 at the first hit of the day, and for a long time the lone hit for the Crawdads. They only have 2 hits. 2 hits, 3 runs, and Ronson the only one hit farther than about 5 feet. The second one was Lucas Carlisle. He bunted. Now gets to face another lefty and rifles one foul.
Yeah, and to Ronson's advantage, Soros a hard-throwing left-hander, so you can use that velocity to work back against San Francisco in their defense. Just let a fastball kind of ride inside and give it a ride.
0-1 goes the other way down the line with some emphasis. Ranging over, though, it'll land foul in front of George Schmidt. Ronson goes down 0-2. Kind of wild. 2 hits, 7 runs, so just 1 error for the Seagulls. 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Crawdads. That is, not what you'd expect if you see the 2 hit numbers. You wouldn't expect the team with 2 to have the lead over the team with 7. Ronson behind 0-2. Soros. This one back towards the middle. It'll sneak through past the glove of Soros and past the dive of Brewer. Second hit of the day for Barrett Ronson.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Off the end of the bat, up the middle. Dribbler gets the job done.
Just a reminder, after today's game, player of the game will be brought to you by the Worth Group Restaurants, a local collection of East Bay restaurants owned and operated by Rodney Worth. It includes the Peasant and the Pear in Danville, the Bourbon Pear in Livermore, and the Golden Pear in Walnut Creek. Worth Group Restaurants, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads, is now Drew Longacre in for the 3rd time, takes ball 1. Barrett Ronson a shot at that, as it is so far, 2/3 of the hits.
Yeah, I'd give it to him at the moment.
So kind of nothing doing with those hits so far. Hasn't come around to score, as the 1-0 is in there to Longacre for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's just kind of at a tricky part in the lineup where he's been sandwiched by a lot of outs. Now with 1 out, though, Longacre trying to keep the line moving, takes ball 2.
And Longacre just does a nice job seeing the ball the whole way to the plate. And it kind of makes sense. He's got a good eye as a catcher.
He can work a walk. He's done it 3 times already in his short Crawdads career. The next one's fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'm really enjoying the walk-up music today here in the 80s themed festivities at Monte Vista High School.
Something, I'll tell you that. Some of them are good, others, I could leave.
Really?
Yep.
2-2, curveball, disgusting. Half swing, sword. And no throw needed to first since it's occupied. So now that is out number 2, 2 straight strikeouts with a curveball in the dirt.
Yeah, Soros is doing a really nice job mixing up these Crawdad hitters. They don't know what's coming next.
That curveball is a hammer. 12-6. Elijah Ramos now in with 2 down, and Barrett Ronson still on first. Soros brings something down and in for a ball, but on the point of the music, I've really enjoyed it, and probably the 2 days I've enjoyed the walk-up music most is today and Father's Day when they pick their dad's favorite songs. 1-0 swung through, a high fastball. And I'm just kind of an old-timey music kind of guy.
That you are. I'm not.
Not as much. Maybe that's, yeah, there you go.
That's all it is, quite frankly.
And that's fair. Barrett Ronson's going to go 1-1. Fastball popped up towards right, though. Racing in George Schmidt towards the line. He'll end up lunging over and making the catch. So a nice running play by the lefty. Kind of, that turns into a tough play out there. 6 innings have come and gone. 3-2, the Crawdads lead it. Nothing doing this inning. Final third of a game that has moved along quite well. Just coming up on about 2 hours, 9 minutes away from that. First pitch at 4:02 local time. Right now, 5:53. And 3-2, Crawdads lead it, trying to hang on to that lead with Carlos Hernandez still going to work on the mound. Got the final 2 outs of the 6th inning after Alex Gomez started it. Now he gets the 9-hitter Alan Ramirez, who's 1 for 2. Single, stole a base, also out swinging back in the 4th. First pitch of the inning, just off the outside for a ball. But we mentioned the Crawdads, one of the keys to the game was to get out of this kind of save situation territory as a 1-0 to Ramirez is bounced to third, going in on it, now back. Carlisle spinning throw to first is over the head of Ronson. Backing up nicely, Longacre, so it'll just be the leadoff runner on first. I think he might have had a good shot to beat that out in the first place, so might go down as a single.
Tough play for Carlisle. Spun around. I thought he was going to make it look effortless with the spin and the throw, but I just think his feet weren't really set. And now Cavilla is going to argue that that ball was out of play, so they should get another base for the second time today.
Yeah, going to dispute kind of the same thing that he did, back in the, what even was it, the second inning? Yeah, second inning.
First.
Ethan Lopez got on with a leadoff single. Pickoff attempt by Hudson Aber ended behind the Crawdad dugout. Behind as in further up the line. And he came out to dispute whether it was out of play or not. Either way, the play goes as an E5 on Carlisle over there at third. Probably could have played the angle a bit better. Again, it was hit decently hard, started in at it, but then started his drop step. 1 step too late, so got him mixed up a little bit. But either way, it's just going to be a runner at first. Ramirez will not get a hit on it. But most importantly, sets up the top of the order. With the runner on, Hernandez back into the stretch. Hurtado squares around, takes a strike. Alan Ramirez on first base, just 1 stolen base this year. And he'll have to get back, dives in safely. Team that doesn't steal a whole lot, but does so very effectively when they pick to go. 24 for 27 on the season are the Seagulls. And in his own right, 1 for 1, Alan Ramirez. Pitch comes in now. Another fastball on the outside, taken for a strike. Both pitches, Hurtado was squared around and pulled back, but both times a bad decision too.
Yeah, apparently so. Should have left it out, tried to knock it towards first, I suppose, in that instance.
0-2 now. Hurtado going to be swinging it. And he hits it hard down the third baseline. It's fair into left field and into the corner. Rounding second for third comes Ramirez. Perez kicks it around and left, but the runner is held up at third. The Crawdads some fortune. Cavilla didn't see that Perez had some trouble with it.
I think he might have been given the wave anyway, but I think Ramirez might have kind of called audible there, decided to stop there at third.
He had the hand up. It was hand up, then kind of go, go, go after he saw it get kicked. So regardless, Crawdads beneficiaries of a bit of an odd moment.
Absolutely. You have to wonder if Cavilla, in the back of his mind, that play where Brandon Clisby was out and left on Friday, had a ball that dropped in front of him, and then he gunned down the runner at home.
Seeing ghosts. Christian Lamothe, the lefty in now, takes ball one. That was quite a play by Clisby out there. So perhaps a little more hesitant after that, Charlie. That was a very risky send the other day, is now going to be a quick chat on the mound. Coach out from the Crawdads dugout. It's Miles Brand out in the right field bullpen, starting to get ready, throwing around the weighted balls. So he's not quite in emergency mode at all. Just kind of slowly going through his process, getting ready. As Carlos Hernandez looks to dance out of a jam.
Assistant coach Eric Robles out there for Walnut Creek having a chat with Hernandez here. Trying to just figure this out, get out of the jam. Even if Ramirez will score and tie the game, it would be unearned on Hernandez. But really the problem lies with Hurtado at second. Go ahead, run. 180 feet away from home.
And with nobody out, he can get over and in. Base hit to the outfield, he'll score two. Unless it's hit a little too hard. Kind of directly right to a corner outfielder. If it's hit too hard, the send probably not going to be the call. But we'll resume now. Robles back to the dugout for the Crawdads. Runners on second and third. It's Ramirez on third, Hurtado on second. Carlos Hernandez still on the mound facing Christian Lamothe in a 1-0 count. In it comes. Hit to second. That'll get the run in. Ramos to first. The out goes there. And Lamothe with a fist pump at first. He does his job absolutely well. He'll get a nice warm welcome in that third base dugout. Seagulls tie it back up. Hurtado goes to third.
All he needed to do. Ball in play, scores the run, moves the other over, and still an RBI chance for Brewer to take the lead for Walnut Creek. Or, pardon me, for the Seagulls.
Yeah, for San Francisco, exactly. Go ahead, 90 feet away. They've been ahead in this game for the majority of it. After taking the lead in the first. They're darn near ahead for the entire game so far. Crawdads struck for three in the fifth. That's their only scoring inning. First pitch, a strike to Brewer. It's 2-0 till the bottom of the fifth. Crawdads again scored three. No runs scored by either side in the sixth. Already one here by the Seagulls as the infield's in to try and eliminate the next one. Slider swung through. Brewer today 0 for 3. Now 4 for 14 against the Crawdads all year long, but can get on base. 3 walks, 2 hits by pitch. Behind 0-2, Hernandez drills him. So perhaps foreshadowing. Now the third time he's been hit by a pitch against the Crawdads this year. And it crowds the plate in that righty batter's box. And an 0-2 count. Hernandez commits kind of a cardinal sin in pitchers.
Yeah, that's just brutal. You're up 0-2, and then you miss inside with the fastball, hit the batter. Almost had yourself into a favorable 2-out position. Instead, runners on the corners, only 1 out.
Big run scoring situation for George Schmidt. He's gotten on once today. Pick attempt to first back in time. Ronson didn't even try a tag. George Schmidt, the 6-foot lefty, awaits the first pitch. It's a fastball on the outside corner. Thereabouts.
Yeah, painted two-seamer. That's what you got to do against Schmidt. Try to get a ground ball right side of the infield and roll a pair in the inning.
Need a ground ball up the middle for a double play as the corners are in, middle is back. Next one to him, a big swing and a miss. Front side flew open on the fastball. Now Hernandez way ahead 0-2. He did have the hitter before, Brewer up 0-2. But hit him in the front side. Now another 0-2. Swing and a miss. Changeup. Had Schmidt out in front. He'll strike out for the second straight at bat.
And that's how you do it. Got runners on the corners. You got to be fearless, attack the hitter, and a left-hander no less. How about that from Hernandez? Two-seamer, changeup, and you get 2 straight waves.
And Schmidt, you know, a younger guy, kind of in at bat. You might expect a guy like that to take, right? Got in a swing mode, gets a little too excited. But now Hernandez is 1 out away facing Davis German. And he'll paint a fastball on the outside for the first strike. 2 strikeouts today for German and an 0-for-3 effort. Also skied out to right. Shane Aldridge made a play earlier. 0-1, runners on the corners, 2 outs up top.
Got to keep attacking if you're Hernandez. That was what was so effective against Schmidt. German, also obviously a more veteran hitter, but got to give him strikes.
1-1, runner goes on a slider. Throw will go down. Runner's coming for the plate again. Ramos a bit slow to it, but they'll have another runner strung out at the plate with a guy who can handle the bat very, very well. Another questionable decision to send a runner on a first and third to throw down, as that will strand 2 runners on. Go ahead. Run is shot down at the plate.
Apparently the Seagulls didn't learn from last time, Harry. The Crawdads will certainly take it.
No, they did not. I don't get it. Game tied, though. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Tie ball game, bottom 7. Crawdads looking for their 15th conference win already in just now their 19th game played, but still chasing the San Luis Obispo Blues at 18-5. They finally lost yesterday to go to 18-5. Crawdads gained a game. They won yesterday, keeping it at 14-4, but the Crawdads are the hottest team in the North now, as Tears for Fears might say. Everybody trying to rule the North. Lucas Carlisle, 9-hitter, stands in, takes a strike at the knees to start the 7th inning. He's got a hit, has been on both times. Scored a run his last time in the 5th. The 3-run inning for the Crawdads. Is the next one to him. Not caught, but called a strike. That one right down the middle either way.
I'm surprised he hasn't squared up to show a bunt. I mean, obviously, over at third, Ramirez shaded up a little bit, playing mid-derp depth, but even still, Carlisle has laid down some really nice bunts today.
Behind 0-2, has to swing it. Breaking ball in the dirt. Didn't go after it. Soros has gotten a couple of guys last inning on that very pitch. Dylan Perez and Drew Longacre went after hard-breaking curveballs in the dirt. 2 strikeouts that he has on his day. 1-2 is up and in to Carlisle. An easy take that time. Bullpen quiet for the Seagulls. Soros, his second inning of work.
He's a guy that can go long.
Yeah. Has, again, started games, including one against the Crawdads. 1-2, another curveball. Low and in.
Yeah, Carlisle, very patient. He's seeing the ball really well right now.
Check that. That was 2-2, so now goes to 3-2. He will work a walk. Already 4 in his young Crawdads career. Called strike 3 on the inside. Taken. Very close pitch.
It's kind of unbelievable, Harry.
Probably 3-2. Got to try and put a bat on that, but I mean, a guy who knows the zone well. I'm not questioning his decision.
I'm not questioning Carlisle's decision either. That should have been ball 4. Just straight up.
Strikeout number 3 for Soros. Chases the top of the order back up as Shane Aldridge goes after the first one. Hits it hard to second. Collected well by Wall. Going down to a dive and making the play. Nice short pick. Wow.
Yeah, Wall looks really fluid over there at second.
Whew. This is, I'm telling you, night and day from the Seagulls defense that has shown itself all year long. Only 1 error today. They had 7 yesterday and 60 on the season. They came into today leading the CCL in errors by 22. As Woodson goes after the first one and rips it to left field. It'll go all the way to the corner as Hurtado picks it up. Coming into second to throw is not in time. T.J. Woodson in for his 10th double of CCL play. Continues to add on to his lead.
Yeah, TJ Two Bags, I think, is a very perfect nickname for him. That man, excellent gap power. This time just drives it on the line. First pitch he sees and hammers it into the corner.
That ball was smashed.
Yeah.
That was the hardest hit ball today. I would put money on that. That ball was hammered.
Yeah. Now you give Bull an RBI chance again. Good things can happen. Bull had a really nice swing last time. Drove in the RBI on the sac fly to center field. Need a similar swing here.
He's only faced lefties today. A different one this time, though, as a breaking ball catches the outside for strike 1. Against Joe Steidel, the starter, 0 for 2, but the sac fly brought in a run, a strikeout, and a ground out to first. The 2 outs that were unsuccessful. 0-1 to Bull, chopped to first and foul.
Yeah, that's the swing to avoid. Bull is hit into a lot of that, just gets on top of the ball, pounds it into the dirt. When he lifts it in the air, I mean, great things happen.
No balls, 2 strikes. He did it against the Seagulls a couple times. Nice hard hit out and then a home run in San Bruno a couple days ago. Has to fight against the lefty Soros 0-2. Here it comes. Outside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 3-3 ball game in the bottom of the 7th. With 2 down, man on second, it's T.J. Woodson. 1-2. Bull goes after a curveball that bounces 3 feet in front of the plate and will get the tag to complete the strikeout. 4 strikeouts for Theodore Soros in 2 innings. He has shut these Crawdad hitters down. After 7, we're knotted at 3. Miles Brand into the ball game after Carlos Hernandez goes an inning and 2/3. Gave up a run. It was unearned last inning, but hands it off to a guy who's, been equally as effective this year, Charlie. It's
Oh, yeah.
a bullpen that continues to keep rolling. Miles Brand on for his 7th time. How's he gotten it done this year?
Oh, he's gotten it done through the swing and miss stuff and through soft contact. 11 strikeouts in 11 1/3 innings pitched, 9 hits allowed. I mean, his whip is 0.88. Brand just throws strikes, overpowers hitters with a high 80s fastball, has a hammer slider that gets the job done really well. I mean, he's pitched so fantastically for Walnut Creek.
About a strikeout an inning in summer so far. That's up from his season at Modesto College this past spring. So about 9 strikeouts per 9, that is a strikeout per inning. But spring about 7. So working the strikeout numbers up. Now faces Davis Germano, who was at the plate when the Seagulls tried the double steal with runners on the corners again, and both times unsuccessful. There's German ready to swing, fouls it off. But that feels like it really put a damper in their rally. Like, I just don't get it. Trying it again, Crawdads were on it the first time, same as they were the second time. Both times an out at home plate to end an inning.
Yeah, unforced.
As a slider, nicely thrown, goes to 0-2, swing and a miss.
Yeah,
I suppose the first time was not to end an inning, but it was a double play. So.
Yeah, got the job done. Walnut Creek kind of stymied another rally earlier on with that double play.
0-2, Germano waits. The slider watches this one drop.
But how about that slider from Miles Brand? So much movement south, also moves out, a little bit east to west. But really, it's just kind of a hammer out of that high arm slot.
1-2. Speeds him up, and it's out to center for Bryden Bull, who's into the gap to his right. He'll make the catch.
How about Bryden Bull in center field, Harry? He's been so fluid out there. I mean, we saw it yesterday. Saved extra bases in Sonoma. The guy just has so much range. Nothing is ever over his head with the size and the speed that he possesses.
He gets such a good first step out there, and when, again, you combine, like you said, the size and the speed, the wingspan, he has well over 6 feet. He's making all the plays lately. Now Tanner Wall stands in, probably the most successful Seagull hitter today, 2 for 3. Pulls a foul ball for strike 1.
I thought you have to attack a guy that's having a really good day. 2 for 3 Wall is, but Brand just throws strikes. It doesn't matter who he's facing, righties, lefties, guys who are performing really well, guys who aren't performing well. He just throws strikes to all of them.
0-1, fastball is popped up behind third into foul territory. Lucas Carlisle making the call, now back towards the line. It'll drift, and he'll make the catch. So foul out to third base. Quickly for Brand. 6 pitches, 2 outs.
That's what you get when you just throw strikes. You force the Seagulls hitters to have to swing, and they're not going to be able to put good swings on it because it's located well within the strike zone.
Ethan Lopez now in, the catcher, batting 7th. Has a hit today in 3 tries. It's to try and get a 2-out rally going, though. Brand is rolling. Swings at a slider and misses. Lopez first time up in the second. Single, scored a run. Since then, though, 0 for 2. 0-1, a slider swung and missed out of the zone.
Wow. 2 straight filthy sliders on the outer third for Miles Brand. One of them, the first one, kind of moved a little more east-west. That one, very much so, just dropped down onto Lopez. He's got him right where he wants him.
9th pitch of the inning, 0-2. Went outside again with the slider, though Lopez wisely lays off this time. And Brand will reach double-digit pitches in the inning.
That he will. Now he can go fastball on the inside somewhere, get a K.
Looks for the outside corner. Just misses. But a good time to bring it, trying to freeze him after showing the couple of sliders there outside. 2-2 though, whole toolbox open. Righty versus righty. Lopez awaits. Swings and pops it up right back over us. And into the bushes. Well, there's no bushes back there, but the shrubbery.
Yeah, a little bit of the dry, dead grass over there.
I fear that's where the broadcast booth used to be.
Oh, it was. Would have been right on the roof.
2-2. Again, this one skips in.
We do not have a nearly as solid a roof. We just have kind of a canvas tarp here, so if a ball actually would kind of go over us, there's a chance it could kind of shred through the tarp and nail one of us.
3-2's pulled the third past the dive of Carlisle and into left for a base hit. Kind of a full extension, almost did the splits out there, but sort of tumbled into a dive.
Yeah, just a great piece of hitting.
Regardless, yeah, base hit.
Nice two-strike approach from Lopez, puts the ball in play, and able to drive it on the line to the right side of the infield where nobody was.
The 9th hit of the day for the Seagulls puts Lopez on first with 2 outs, though. Again, only 3 runs. The conversion rate, not quite where you want it. You kind of want 2 hits per 1 run. Sort of the target as Brand now works with a runner on first for the first time. Bluffs a go, first pitch. Swanson goes after it, lifts a lazy fly ball to left. The shortstop, Woodson, will take it, backpedaling into shallow left. So a very quick inning of work for Miles Brand. The 2-out single, the only blemish. Bottom 8, game tied. Winchell, Perez, and Ronson to face the lefty Soros to begin the bottom of the 8th inning, where the Crawdads need a run. They're tied 3-3. 1 run in the first and second for the Seagulls. 1 run in the 7th end for the Seagulls. Surrounding 3 in the 5th by the Crawdads. Charlie Limoncelli, I'm Harry Setrakian, our producer Jack Brooks. Thank you for tuning into the Walnut Creek Crawdads live stream network. It's the first pitch to Winchell from Soros is outside. Theo Soros, who has worked 2 brilliant innings, 4 strikeouts, a couple of hits given up, but both occurring with at least an out on the board, and they haven't moved from the base they got to on the hit. 1-0 to Winchell, topped over to short, rolling like a pool ball. Throw from short's in time. Nice play by Jake Brewer to stick with it.
Yeah, very much so. And Winchell was the only guy that Soros hadn't faced yet today. Tough at bat, a hard-hitting right-hander. Just attacked him, and Winchell liked what he saw, just got on top of it.
Kind of like a tennis topspin backhand for a lefty. Just got up, brushed the back of the ball. Is now Dylan Perez looking to kickstart a rally. Against a lefty, 1 down, nobody on. Soros deals, and it's hit high and shallow to left, kind of just a pop-up as George Schmidt tracks in from right field and makes the catch. So after striking out against Soros last time, a weak pop out to right. Has Perez 0 for 3.
Crawdads not making Soros' job any harder, really, not taking pitches. Barrett Ronson switched his bat. He came up first 2 times with that bright red torpedo. Now back to a regular wood bat.
Well, both made of wood, but regular shape. And he'll ground it towards the left side. Backhand stop. Brewer long throw from the hole, and it's not in time. A base hit for Barrett Ronson on the infield. His 3rd single. Yeah, the new bat works to success.
Yeah, it does. I mean, not exactly what he wanted to do. Kind of dribbled it over to short, but it's kind of in no man's land in the infield, so was able to leg it out.
Hit it to the right spot is now Drew Longacre in for the 4th time, 2 strikeouts, and has come up with Ronson on first 3 separate times. This being the 3rd rather, so chance to try and finally move him over. Ronson has been stuck at first 2 of the 3 times. 1 time got to second via a passed ball as Longacre watches a curveball that slipped out up high for a ball. One ball. There goes Ronson. Pitch in the dirt. He'll steal second. And for the Crawdads, stolen base number 62 on the season. That leads the CCL North. They came into today leading the CCL North. It's just the second. They are second in the CCL overall because those Foresters of Santa Barbara with 77 entering to today.
Wow.
And they've only played 1 more game than the Crawdads.
That's unreal.
Now a run scoring situation. 2-0 goes to 3-0. And I mean, we've seen the Crawdads play, every game this season. Feels like they've just totally run the place on the base paths. I think the team had 16 more entering today. It's crazy as the 3-0 catches the outside for strike 2.
Yeah, I mean, to the Foresters' credit, that's an ultra talented team. I mean, they are chock full of SEC and Power 4 guys. Crawdads, to their credit, have quite a lot of good Division I players, but not to the same extent.
3-1, Longacre takes outside ball 4. So he gets on, back-to-back runners on. Soros, that walk opens up a force out anywhere with Elijah Ramos, the premier contact guy, coming up. And yeah, like you said, it's kind of just a whole different optic when there's a team full of SEC guys and compared to a team with 1 who redshirted this year.
Yeah.
To think that the one with 1 is still having so much success in the CCL, that's an absolute nod to the Crawdads.
Absolutely. This team is very well built, Harry.
Baiting on the mound as a righty continues to work in the left field bullpen for the Seagulls. I believe Matthew Potter, yes, that's the sophomore right-hander, rising sophomore that is. Matthew Potter, whose stuff is incredible.
Very good at bat for Drew Longacre, just able to work the count. No need to move the bat from your shoulders, honestly. Does the job getting on, turns it over to Ramos, a guy who in high leverage situations has come up for Walnut Creek.
Has a chance at 1 here with runners on first and second and 2 outs. First pitch, breaking ball lands in. Ronson on second, Longacre on first. Ramos again, premier contact ability at the plate, down 0-1 against Soros. He'll go after one outside for strike 2. A rare chase by Elijah.
Yeah, usually stays within the zone. He's very good at seeing the ball the whole way through. He's got to protect, just put a hack on it, drive something through the gaps on the infield or into the outfield shallow.
Nearly impossible to strike this guy out. The Soros close, and he does. Swings through it. Strikeout number 5. Soros rolls through 3 innings, giving his guys a chance on the bump. 8 have come and gone. It is still knotted at 3. Now we enter the ninth in a deadlock, 3-3. Crawdads only scored in the fifth. They scored 3, 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and 1 in the seventh for San Francisco. They've really sprinkled it around, though. They've gotten a lot of guys on. 9 hits of the day, 3 runs, 1 error. Crawdads 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors. In the field, it's rare to see the Crawdads have more errors than an opposing team, specifically the Seagulls, as Miles Brand works back to Alan Ramirez, who takes ball 1. Brand a nice 8th inning, 4 up, 3 down. 1-0 is up and in and drills Ramirez. So the 9-hitter gets drilled in the second pitch he sees and will lead off the inning on base for SF.
Yep. Go ahead, run at first base now for San Francisco. Brand has got his work cut out for him. Hurtado is a guy that is always going to be tough to put away, but you got to try and pitch him low, keep the ball low in the zone, and get a rollover.
So top of the order comes up. Runner on first. We'll see if they want to put something on. Getting the sign from head coach Mark Caviglia at third. Decent speed with Ramirez on first. A.J. Armando Hurtado at the plate. He will square to bunt. Brand throws the one outside, though. First one, a ball from Miles Brand. Carlisle at third is in. Ronson holding the runner at first. He'll probably come in when Brand goes to his motion. Hurtado takes inside. No sign of a bunt there. Hurtado way ahead at a double last time. A double here would likely untie this game. He'll square around to bunt instead and take another ball. 3-0 from Brand. He's missed 3 straight outside. And has worked himself into a tough situation. Hits the 9-hitter. Goes 3-0 against the leadoff guy. It's very dangerous. Christian Lamoth stands on deck with a pair of doubles today. Has batted in 2 of the 3 Seagull runs. 3-0, Hurtado taken all the way. It's right there.
It's a solid recovery pitch, but Brand needs a couple more like that. Attack the zone. I think he was kind of trying to pitch around the bunt after Hurtado squared it up 3 times. Just got to attack.
3 balls, 1 strike. Hurtado way ahead, ready to swing. And he will pull it hard, foul. Over towards the bullpen. The Seagulls have about 10 guys out there. 1 pitching, 1 catching. The other 8 are protecting the pitcher with their lives.
Something like that.
They were very active when that ball came over there. But this goes to 3-2 now. Big pitch for Brand in the payoff. Runner stays at first. Waited on and off the hands. It's fisted towards short. Couple steps back. TJ Woodson makes the catch. That is a big out number 1 after going down 3-0.
Absolutely. That's massive. Just really 3 good recovery strikes from Miles Brand. And able to get the softly induced pop-up, just attack the inner third, and it worked really well.
So Alan Ramirez, the third baseman, who was batting 9th, stays on first with Christian Lamoth. Very capable lefty in. Couple of doubles today in 4 tries. Has been the guy so far. First pitch to him. Swung on, grounded through the right side, base hit to right. Stopping at second is the base runner as Aldridge up with it quickly. So Ramirez to second and Lamoth to first. He's on for 3rd time today, 3 for 5 day. Wow.
Just a great piece of hitting. Pull side on the ground. And how about Shane Aldridge, though, for Walnut Creek, charging up and making sure that Ramirez wasn't able to turn for third.
Pitcher up out in the bullpen for the Crawdads. Perhaps it was Alessandro Martinez. I thought I saw 18, but still in the stretch. Miles Brand, a runner on first and second. There was a slider to Brewer. Takes it for a ball.
Yeah, that's Martinez out there. Earned the save on Friday against these Seagulls.
Liked what they saw. Maybe going to go to him again. But Brand still a chance to get out of this one. 1-0 behind Brewer. High into right. Very shallow. Aldridge going to come into medium deep right field. No tag at second. And another unproductive out. So Brand still getting the Seagulls to swing early, and some weak contact now in 2 of the last 3 ABs. Has them up 2 outs now.
Pinch hitter now, Derek Waldvogel in for George Schmidt. Kind of surprising with Schmidt, the left-hander. Would have been set to face a right-handed pitcher, but got to go with your veteran Waldvogel.
It's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, you got the guy who's seen this situation more times before. Waldvogel, too, one of the better hitters on this Seagull lineup. 261 on the season so far. A homer. One of just 5 players to homer, a double as well. So he's in with 2 outs, 2 on, a big situation here in the top of the 9th in a 3-3 ball game.
Second year Seagull to boot. Waldvogel, 226 hitter in 31 games last year. This season looking really good with the average, also getting on base at a 346 clip.
First and second. From the stretch, Brand comes in. First pitch, perfect on the outside. A fastball on the black. 0-1 as Waldvogel relieves the 0-for-3 Schmidt. The right fielder had 2 strikeouts in the 5th and 7th, his last 2 at-bats. 0-1. Hit high to right. Aldridge back to his right. This one's in the park. He's got a beat on it, and Miles Brand gets out of the inning. Had 2 runners on with 1 out. And back-to-back flyouts to Aldridge and Wright have the Crawdads on the doorstep of a potential walk-off win. Tied at 3. Here they come. Matthew Potter in, trying to keep this one alive to the 10th. 3-3 ball game, but the Crawdads, after dropping 2 runs early, have a chance to walk this one off here in the 9th. They are 7-2 when opponents score first in 2025. The Cardiac Crawdads have been doing a great job of coming back, notching those comeback wins, and have a chance to add another today. They were down 2-0 until the 5th, where they scored 3 and went back down 3, or were tied back up in the top of the 7th. Seagulls got one in, and that's where we've been ever since. Matthew Potter again in to try and stop that from happening, and he's been really excellent for the Seagulls. Probably their top arm out of the bullpen, some of their best stuff they have to offer. Is Daniel Pulasic, a pinch hitter, in to start the inning for Lucas Carlisle, the 9-hitter. Potter comes in, his first offering, a fastball at the knees for a strike. So Pulasic on, as well as that a change for the Seagulls and right. George Schmidt is out, Cade Heflin is in. Chop to third over the head of Ramirez. He ends up snagging it. Throw to first is in time. Close throw. Pulasic nearly beats it out. Just kind of threw that out there. Tried to get it into play to third, but playing in a little bit, Ramirez at it. Him played well.
Yeah, did a solid job there. And look at this, Kevin Parker Jr. warming up in the Crawdad bullpen. The utility guy was the closer at Solano College for 2 seasons.
Wow. Shane Aldridge takes ball 1. That would be a sight to see. Crawdads are deep into their bullpen this game, but as well as that, just in general, it's been a long week for him. 1-0 to Aldridge, shot foul, left side.
It really would probably prefer not to have to go to Parker Jr., but a guy who does have some pitching experience at the D1 level. Pitched a couple innings at Utah Valley. Nonetheless, Aldridge, big at-bat for him right here.
Ball and a strike with 1 out. Potter gets Aldridge to foul another one off. 1-2. Aldridge 0 for 5, back in the leadoff spot for the first time in at least a few weeks. So Kevin Parker Jr. continues to warm. It was Alessandro Martinez who was up earlier. There's the 10th inning. We'll see something interesting. 1-2, way outside.
Good take from Aldridge there. Try to get set up with the changeup. Potter got him, or almost got him, but just got to put this ball in play. Try to squeak it through the infield or into the gap.
2-2 from Potter. Chopped high to first, and right there, Lamoth collects and will take it to the bag himself. 2 down. Quickly for Matthew Potter. So Aldridge back to the dugout. TJ Woodson, who's been swinging it hot, has a double today. Stands in with 2 outs, trying to keep this inning alive, try and avoid extras. Because, of course, remember, in the 10th, both teams, but the Seagulls, would be due a ghost runner at second. So first pitch to Woodson. He'll take a strike on the outer corner. A double, hit by pitch, fielder's choice, and a strikeout for Woodson today. He ended up scoring after the hit by pitch in the 5th. Swings and misses past a fastball gets past him to 0-2. We go. Potter, high-powered stuff. Again, one of the best arms in this staff. Trying to get this one on. 2 extras, 1 pitch away, 0-2. TJ leaves it.
Yeah, the Seagulls, credit to Mark Caviglia, is going with his best guys against the number 2 team in the North, trying to steal a win on a 4-game skid.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Woodson takes. Looked right there, but called a ball. Entire Seagulls outfield running off the field, and I don't blame him. That was a pretty good pitch, but for TJ, second life. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Potter working quickly. He's into his windup, and he skips one in.
Just got to protect Crawdads. Give themselves a chance to bring up Bull, the guy on deck.
Looking for their 3rd walk-off win of the year. 3-2 to Woodson. He hits one high and deep to left. It's way back, and is it fair? It's fair. It's gone. It's a walk-off homer. Hooks it right over the pole. And TJ Woodson, for now, calls game. Mark Caviglia wants a word, but the Crawdads dugout spills to home. And the first homer for TJ Woodson in a Crawdad uniform is a walk-off.
Wow. Unbelievable stuff, Harry. I mean, Caviglia's talking with the umpire, but I think it was well over the foul pole. That's a fair ball home run for TJ Woodson. And honestly, Harry, I thought about it in my mind. What about TJ Woodson going yard first of the year to walk it off? I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to jinx it, but oh my goodness, it happened. Wow. How about Mr. Woodson? He is stellar. Just
unbelievable.
Stellar.
Well, we'll have him on in the Up the Creek postgame show coming up in just a few moments. Crawdads walk it off in the 9th. 4-3 victory. Another perfect week. 11 straight. Today's post-game show brought to you by Up the Creek Records. Up the Creek is a great record shop right next to the Ace Hardware in downtown Walnut Creek. They buy and sell new and used vinyl records, CDs, and cassettes, as well as skateboard gear and a variety of other fun gifts like yo-yos and hacky sacks. They also have an all-ages live music venue that hosts local bands every weekend, so check out who's playing at upthecreekrecords.com or their Instagram at upthecreekrecords. As well as that, today's Player of the Game brought to you by Worth Group Restaurants, a local collection of East Bay restaurants owned and operated by Rodney Worth. This includes the Peasant and the Pear in Danville, the Bourbon Pear in Livermore, and the Golden Pear in Walnut Creek. Worth Group Restaurants, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. And today's Player of the Game, I mean, no doubt in anybody's mind, T.J. Woodson, moments after a walk-off homer, man. You knew it right off the bat. You crushed it. What's the feeling right now? You still buzzing?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty surreal. I went up to bat, got a guy with more velo, and he was working me away the whole at bat, and I was able to get one in and able to turn on it.
Yeah, one pitch with 2 outs. I mean, a stone-cold take on a pitch that was real close. Entire Seagulls infield started to walk off. Did that kind of strike a fire in you, or what's kind of the vibe at the plate when you see a guy who thinks he's out of the inning, but then, you come back?
Yeah, absolutely. He had a good pitch there, good fastball away. I thought it was just off, so I took it, and he was able to, I got to 3-2 and got a pitch over the plate.
Yeah, and we've been calling you up here, TJ Two Bags, 10th double of the season today, still leading the CCL. I mean, the swing's been working for the doubles, but you finally were able to ride one out over the wall for your first homer in grand fashion. So, I mean, the extra base hits have been coming all season long, but what's it like to just finally see one leave the yard?
Absolutely, yeah. I've been close a few times. It's nice to see one go over the fence, not have to worry about running all the way to second, Take my time around the base is nice.
Yeah. Anything you're going to do to celebrate tonight or in the off day tomorrow? Just after the homer?
Yeah, probably go golfing tomorrow, actually.
Nice.
It'll be fun. But just going to rest, get a good dinner here.
We love that. All right, well, after the amazing walk-off homer, TJ Woodson, we thank you very much for another outstanding performance out there. Couple of hits, couple runs scored. An absolutely stunning game from you and the boys, per usual. Thank you very much for coming on.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you. We'll send it off to a quick break before we finish off the game with the batter and icing player of the game, or play of the game, and the short breakdown. Back on the Crawdads post-game show brought to you by Up the Creek Records. Crawdads finished this one a 4-3 win, 11th straight, 10 hits, 1 error, 10 left on for San Francisco with the 3 runs, 4 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors, and 8 left on for the Crawdads, but they left no doubt about it at the very end. It was TJ Woodson who, I mean, kind of no question is going to give you the batter and icing sweet play of the game. Batter and Icing, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Batter and Icing, a locally owned custom bakery with 2 retail outlets in Danville and Pleasant Hill. Since 2018, they've been creating everything from birthday and wedding cakes to corporate event desserts, all made fresh with quality ingredients and plenty of creativity. Learn more or place an order using the Crawdads fundraiser part of the Order Online tab at www.batterandicing.com. Orders can be picked up at any Crawdads home game, but again, I mean, usually we kind of try and pick a play on the defensive side, and yeah, there were some good ones today, but when you have a walk-off home run, Charlie, hey, batter and icing pun here, takes the cake.
Yeah, absolutely takes the cake. I mean, we did the same thing with Riley Winchell's walk-off last against Alameda. Like, a walk-off home run is unbeatable. There is no play in baseball better than a walk-off blast, and man, how about TJ Woodson? Full count offering, gets an inside fastball, turns on it quickly, gives it to the pull side, and absolutely hits a moonshot over the foul pole, 325 feet to the fence. That thing was probably closer to 360. Like, I mean, good Lord, it was gone. I mean, you had the little bit of the confusion afterwards with the Seagulls coaching staff trying to figure out if that was really gone. But from our vantage point, it was right over the top of that foul pole and into the trees. I mean, oof, what a smoking shot.
That was a shot. Our producer, Jack Brooks, and current roommate of TJ Woodson this summer, saying it's all due to that batting tape. Yeah, we showed the graphic earlier on. Since he put that tape on, he's been lighting it up at the plate. And it's kind of, a funny stat because he's been lighting it up all season long.
Yeah.
Just as of late, has really been heating up today. He finishes 2 for 4. Obviously, the walk-off homer had a double, got hit by a pitch in the 5th, got on and scored a run. So scored 2 runs, as well as that struck out and a fielder's choice. But saved the best for last. First 2 at-bats were the 2 outs. Last 3 he got on each time. But just an absolutely outstanding game. Miles Brand ends up with the victory next to his name. He went 2 innings, gave up just 2 hits, no runs, didn't walk or strike anybody out. But, man, just did the job of being the stopper, keeping it exactly where it was. Matthew Potter will get the loss, of course, because he was the arm. The ball that left his hand was hit out over the wall and left to end today's game. But Charlie, 11th straight for the Crawdads. We remain in uncharted Crawdad territory of consecutive wins.
Yes.
It is special to be a part of this team right now.
Absolutely. I mean, this is just, based on a guy like me who's been here for now 2 years, this is the best Crawdads baseball I've ever seen. I mean, it's unreal how these guys refuse to quit. They pitch so well. They hit so well. They're never out of any single game, even when they're not playing 100%. They always give 100%. The ball doesn't always break your way. That's baseball. That's the way the game goes. But these Crawdads refuse to quit. They never back down from a challenge, and they're just so talented across the board. 1 through 9, the hitters are fantastic. The bullpen is incredibly deep. This team is so special. This is a team that's going to do some great things come playoff time, Harry, and it is a treat and an absolute privilege that we get to highlight those moments with our voices.
Absolutely. And tomorrow, a well-earned day off. TJ Woodson, he'll be hitting the links on the golf course on Monday. Then Tuesday, we're back in Sonoma. Will be probably a radio stream out there again. Then the Crawdads return home on the 1st of July at home against Sonoma. So back-to-back days against the same team. Then on Thursday, at Chabot College against the Alameda Merchants. And then it's All-Star break.
Yep.
TJ Woodson, a very strong case to play in that game. But until Tuesday, this has been Harry Setrakian. Alongside me, Charlie Limoncelli, our producer, Jack Brooks. Thank you very much for tuning in to today's action of Walnut Creek Crawdads Baseball. We're excited to have you again in a couple of days' time. 4-3, Crawdads win it. That's 11 straight.